Yo, what's going on everybody? Xandos Vice here and we are back with some more Punishing Gray Raven. I hope you guys had a great day today. Where we last left off, we had started and finished Chaos and Snarl. It was a pretty good chapter overall, because again, it kind of leads us a bit into more of like, what Farah was kind of worried about like, not fitting in and still trying to come to terms with what kind of individual she really is. I thought it also wrapped it up really well with the fact that it was like, she's now on the path to learning. It's not that she has the definite answer yet, but it's like from this point on, she's really going to think about it and she's actually going to express herself more instead of being afraid from like the chains that binded her, being the worries that she would go back to who she or what she used to be, like a test subject for Kurino. I'm glad we kind of had that all going out. And ripped to Buddy last time, man. Couldn't believe he ended up the final boss. That actually took me by surprise. Like, sure, I figured Buddy would have been like taken over, but I didn't think it'd be like the actual final boss. But overall, great ending to that. Really did. It had some decent action as well, and gave me some more practice with number 21 Farah as well, because I really didn't have as much of a handle on her when I had her on my team, but at least now as individually, I actually do have a better idea of how to use her. Oh, by the way, off stream, I was actually able to get I Like Kaleido. Or, not actually this character, but like the character skin and the weapon skin from the event that was going on. So, luckily I got that under control. I'm almost ready to get a Karenina Skyer's outfit. I already have everything else from the rolls, and no, I did not pay for it. Luckily, it was all just from the black cards I've been getting from doing the dailies and all the other stuff that I need to do, the weeklies. Because I do have the weapon skin, I just don't have her actual one. But that will be the next thing I get to. Reminds me, I actually have to save up more of these for when we get to the new Lucia Crimson Weave one, because that one looked fucking cool. I actually did see that they put out her a figure of her in that skin. The one that's like, it was out on the CN server, but will be later on in the NA server. I actually already pre-ordered the figure because it looks hype as fuck, let me tell you. But yeah, just doing my last minute grinding that I can on here. Also got a Chushukra to double S finally. Luckily I was able to do a bit more to PPC to actually clench that last bit of shards I need. And I actually started working on my Wanchi Lucid Dreamer. And I know, should I have probably done it on my Lee Hyperio, considering he is my main DPS on the fire team? Yeah, I was kind of 50-50. But the thing is, my fire team is already pretty consistent with their numbers. Because I mean, have you seen what my fire team is? I got Lee Hyperio, Watanabe Epitaph, and Liv Imperia. Which reminds me, I do need to practice more for her to actually get a better understanding of her character and her kit. But I was like, since those two are already double S, I might as well focus on the team that really does need more improvement. And for me, that's my ice team. Because I'm clearly lacking in a lot of numbers. Like when I do the stuff for PPC, where it's like they have the ice weakness, or when I'm doing the that other one where it's like I'm trying to get as much of a score within a time limit, I realize that my ice team does not really do as much of the numbers as they most likely can. Because the potential's there. I just haven't really leveled them up as much. So I was like, you know what? Let me actually focus on this team this time around. Considering my lightning team is already good to go. Because I mean, come on. Double S for those two. And Pharaoh's the only one with like S. So I was like, that's fine. Let's see. I could have done it for my dark team. Or I guess my Nihility team with Luna Oblivion. But again, it's like, if I start doing that, then I would actually have to do Nanami Starfarer to enhance her first, so then I could swap her for Watanabe Epitaph for my fire team, and then I could put Watanabe on the Nihility team, from what I've seen other people do the teams for Luna Oblivion. So yeah, that's why right now my main goal is for Wanchi Lucid Dreamer, so then my ice team can have a better efficiency going forward with the damage. But yeah, we're actually, sorry I'm just rambling on so much. I'm just saying the state that I'm currently in for PGR right now and what my goal is moving forward. But yeah, we're about to start Everglowing Justice. Glad we're finally gonna get to cover this, and also sooner rather than later as well, because it has only been a couple chapters since Renaissance Fantastique, And that was a fucking long chapter, but it was a very educational chapter, don't get me wrong. But now we're gonna see, hopefully, what happened to Elisa since she had gone AWOL, and maybe what exactly does this thing mean to her, like this kind of puppet or knight kind of thing that it is. Because I'm honestly kind of curious, like, what the connection is for it, and why it has so much control over her. It does kind of remind me of how in Trails to Daybreak, it was like how Olympia kept getting controlled by that puppet, which was like a relic. I wonder if it's something akin to that, or if it's something that was always fitted for her initially. Yeah, we're gonna see. And also, this will actually help me really well in preparing for my physical team more, considering, like, none of my people are really as up to the task, and I actually did practice learning more about how to use Elisa Echo, because for the Lucia Crimson Abyss and Rigor, I actually do need to improve them as well, but I'm like, hey, let me focus on the elemental teams, then I can focus on the hardcore physical damage team. But yeah, we're only going to be doing part of this today, probably at least for 2.5 hours. Then I'll see if tomorrow I can do more of that, or maybe I'll even do Atelier. I don't know. Because, I mean, to be fair, we still have, like, what, 1 more day left before the Wuthering Waves update, I think? Or is it 2 more days? I honestly don't remember. But, hence why it's like, I'm trying to do as much as I can of this to focus on, so then there's less I have to catch up on later. Our boy Kazak wakes up to the sound of a flickering bonfire. Sits straight, exhaling deeply. Right, and also, last where we left off for her as well, Bum and his teammate. What was his name again? Damn it, I don't know why I'm forgetting these names now. But who's a Kazak who went AWOL. What's his name? Yeah, he was also now looking out for her in his own way, even though he was the one being hunted. Now she's the one who's doing it, or being hunted. Despite the many times she reassures herself that no one can find her here, nightmares never get any less frightening. Omnipresent, they eat away her flesh and bones like countless imperceptible insects. Dimly glowing armor drums quietly, lowering her hand toward the purple-limbed girl. I'm okay, Cecily. And please don't call me by that name again. I'm Echo now. Echo seems to be responding to the storming armor, or perhaps talking to herself. Ready down to dust her shoes, she noticed the fluttering flame from the corner of her eyes, caused the intense explosion. Memories of the past inevitably rushed back into her mind, seemingly transporting her back to that day through the flame. Right, because that's what we also learned, that this was the secret that was being hidden in Constellia, that night thing. But again, it's like, why was that even locked in Constellia in the first place? How did it get here? Why was it even locked there? And why did Kurino need it back so badly? Because we didn't get those answers yet, so hopefully this will be the case. That thing. Weren't you going to pursue your justice? Weren't you going to end this darkness? Don't look back. Run! Keep running! You have to get away from here. You have to get away. You see a scream stuck in her throat. Oh, sorry. I didn't know who was saying it, so I was just doing it in my own voice. It was the son of blood stopping her from shouting the name out loud. All she could do was follow her body's instincts to keep running forward. It seems the only way she can escape the nightmare on her heels. That day. Epical Injustice, chapter 25. And so I'm also glad, like, I'm almost all caught up. After this, I only have 1 more chapter and I'm all caught up in main story. Then I got to do the floating records on my own time. I mean, I'll still be doing streams for those, obviously, so then we're not behind. But, like, still, I can do it at my own pace. From this platform, you can jump to the area between the 2 shields. Catch you, though, shut down the shields. You can take the opportunity. Don't have much time. Oh, they tried to steal this thing? Cecily, wait for me. Or maybe they locked it. What a shitty job. Coming back here at a time like this. have someone else do this next time. Who's there? They're coming back. Careful. Show no mercy this time.
偽りを破壊偽りを破壊判決
Oh, okay. Already took it down. Damn, it's like a spine.
姉さん
Oh wow, there's actually a tiny bit of voice acting this time.
ライナから研究所がパニックだと聞きました。衛兵もしばらくは来ないかも。逃げるなら今です。初めて一緒に戦いますね。私の後ろは姉さんに任せます。
Okay. Not necessarily like a stain. Oh my god. This game is shit kicked out of me. Alright, let's see if I remember how to use this.
秩序再建偽りを破壊判決無知の幕を下ろせ
Yeah, there we go.
偽りを破壊秩序再建暗闇を集結する
There we go.
決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く
Yes! See, I am. It'll take me a while longer than I expected. What? Not getting another ping yet? Shouldn't have to do. Just have to wait till I dodge. There we go.
秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ秩序再建判決
Don't look back. Keep running. Weren't you going to pursue your justice? Weren't you going to end this darkness? You have to get away from here. But I see. This must be one of those later chapters that has a bit of voice acting, because we did have that and a bit more of cutscenes. We started at least having that when it came to the Living Period chapter, the Hyperreal Lead chapter. I think a tiny bit in the Nanami one as well. But yeah, now at least with this one, we're definitely having even more so. Because I remember there was definitely a bit from like Watanabe's, from I think Lady Chu's as well. Definitely for Luna's. My brilliant. Yeah, and suddenly whispers keep haunting her until the first glow of daylight stings her eyes. Echo's mind is still hurting slightly. Dharma puts a hand on her shoulder, seemingly hoping for her to rest for a little longer. However, there's no time, Cecily. Her gaze briefly stays on the terminal imprinted with the black antlers. Standing up nimbly, Echo cleans up her face and shakes off her exhaustion. This is the closest conservation area to that place. If Lena escaped, this is most likely the place she'd be. I have to find her, no matter what. Echo bites her lips, trying her best not to consider the worst-case scenario. Having secured Cecily, she enters the conservation area alone. It's been a long time since the incident at the Hetero Tower. As the boundary of the clean zone gets clearer and clearer, conservation areas inside the clean zone are gradually developed. Despite how the punishing virus still ravages other areas, how the Hetero creatures are still evolving in secret, how the path ahead is still uncertain. A glimmer of hope is enough for humanity to spring back with surprising vigor. They take root in this tavered earth and grow anew. This conservation area is situated at the edge of the clean zone. Any constructs are traveling to and fro, likely exploring the border of the clean zone. Have you heard? The Grey River Command is coming to this conservation area! Isn't Grey River missing a captain? Heard from a friend that their captain's locked up after contacting an ascendant without authorization. Dude, that's old news. That was like so long ago. I don't know anything about that. I was only told by a friend from the management who said the commander was coming here to investigate the missing humans. Right, I forgot. We still never really solved that, right? Because we know they're going missing, but for what? Because before we knew about Constructs leaving, but we knew that the Ascendants were basically trying to influence them to join their side. So then it's like, what about the missing humans? Again, could be kind of like the whole experiment to see if the hetero creatures can evolve due to human influence, similar to like with the hetero hive and the twins. But again, it doesn't seem like the Ascendants are directly doing that, though. So again, probably like the beginning of a Cradle getting involved. Or at least coming to existence. That happened so long ago. Why are they investigating it now? I suppose those big shots were too busy for us. Maybe they're starting the investigation again after the rumors of hetero creatures eating humans in the nearby conservation areas. Grey Raven Commandant. I could pretend to organize the boxes nearby while quietly remembering this information. She's heard of the Grey Raven Commandant. Oh, okay, that must have been some time ago. Grey Raven. I heard the Commander is a very special human. The Commander has been active on the front line, fighting against the punishing virus non-stop to reclaim Earth. The Commander would protect Grey Raven, and Grey Raven would risk their lives to save the Commandant. Right. Yeah, because it seemed like from Elisa's point of view, the Grey Raven Commander also seemed kind of like a hero and a legend. Not too much that she was like all shocked and inspired by them, but more so that she could definitely hold some respect, considering it's like he's been through all the dangers, and even though it's like it seems like we always keep going for like things that could be too good to be true, or taking risks that seem unnecessary, or just a bit more focused on emotions rather than actually going about everything just from a logical standpoint. But it's like, as long as we still met our goal, she seemed to at least be satisfied that we at least got the results for those kind of gamble-like decisions. Does a squad like that really exist? Even if it does, what are the chances that everyone can run into a team and a commander like that? Don't look at me like that. I never thought what it would be like working with that commandant. I just don't want another fool losing their life over sentiments that might not even exist. And a hazy, unclear memory. Although the details are missing, the speaker seemed to believe every word said. Why do I look up to the chief? Perhaps it's because I've heard a lot of battle reports about the chief. In the beginning, it was just scores and data from the school announcement. But later, Kowloon, Puglia Forest Park, Copperfield Aquarium, the Hetero Tower? As a regular human, the chief has accomplished many impossible feats on the battlefield. More importantly, no matter how horrible this world becomes, the chief never stops holding a heart of integrity. Who snaps out of her daze, fortunately the two constructs opposite her have not noticed her anything strange. It's gotta be too late. If the hetero creatures really were eating humans, there wouldn't be anything left to be found. What's the point of coming now? Anything else interesting? I don't think so. I heard the Purifying Force is hunting some experimental construct, maybe. Nothing concrete, though. The information really hasn't really been passed here. I haven't seen what the test subject looks like. I just heard the construct has purple hair, but constructs with purple hair are everywhere. Look, there's one right there. An escaped experimental construct wouldn't have stayed inside the clean zone anyway. Probably went outside a long time ago. Yeah, because that is true. It's like, there are a lot of unique looking constructs nowadays, so it's like, it's not too uncommon. I guess it is actually better for her to lay low and out in the open rather than just making herself inconspicuous by going to like a zone that has like no people, and then it's like all of a sudden heat signature over there or something like that. Stop worrying about that. Let's get back to patrolling. Hate to see more hetero creatures on the outskirts of our defenses. Girl takes a small breath of relief. Small droplets of sweat seep from her palms, moisturizing the cracked artificial skin that she's not taken care of for a while. Luckily, Babylonia's arrest warrant has not reached this conservation area at the edge of the clean zone yet. Taking out a handkerchief to wipe away the sweat, Eka looks down to avoid two constructs' route. Right, because again, it's like, it was Kurano that knew exactly what they were getting. When Isla and her squad went to go there, they didn't even know what they were trying to get in the first place, so it's like, Does Hassan and Nicola really know what this thing is that Echo has? Or do they not? Because that's probably gonna be like why the warrant isn't like already all spread out, right? Because it's like if they knew it was something that dangerous, they would have made that the first priority. But the fact that it hasn't reached this far, and that if it was that significant, people would have already been aware of this by now. Perhaps surrendering to Babylonia is also a valid choice of atonement. She doesn't fear death, but now is not the time for her. She can't die like that yet. She must find Lena. Stelia. The Mechanoid girl with white hair stands before the simulation machine, comparing the data in her hands or intense focus. She's about to perform the next simulation. Her comms terminal starts ringing. Dulcinea. You're still doing simulations? Yes. I'm trying to place different data samples in varying situations to simulate diverging stories. In different scenarios with disparate initiating incidents, the same two sets of data will produce drastically dissimilar stories. Right. You're still obsessed with that ending, aren't you? I'm not sure, but having noticed my desire to continue this endeavor, I decided to do so. I'm using two sets of data samples I previously used during Palette Clash. Repeated simulations show very different results as I switch up the scenarios. Which two data samples have you been using? The Grey Raven Commander and the individual named Echo. Those two. Huh. I think the story that happens in the real world will always be more fascinating than the one simulated. The real world. Right, because that was something he learned, right? Because there are sometimes things that can happen just out of nowhere that you can't always predict. Having lived at Constellia ever since she was born, Dulcinea doesn't seem to have a concrete concept of the real world. What would a story in the real world look like? Do you want to go out and find out yourself? Go out? But you charged me to stay in Constellia to keep other awakened machines safe. Don't worry about it. I'll transfer a part of management clearance to other associates. Just follow your heart. The blinking light of the simulation machine began to dim one by one. The giant machine eventually stops humming. Mechanoid girl with white hair is nowhere to be found to make it room. Alright, at least the start of this isn't too long, but now I'm probably getting to the real story stuff. World without order. It's a conservation area that sits at what is currently detected as the border of the clean zone. With the CPF and the Inver-Hetero Tower, there's almost no punishing virus here. But with its proximity to the edge of the clean zone, this area is still occasionally disturbed by hetero creatures and corrupted. However, occasionally has been happening a little too frequently these days. Conservation areas update their missing persons registry regularly. Given the situation on the surface, it's no surprise to find people missing every now and then. However, it is inevitable for someone to notice that 3 nearby conservation areas have all been repeatedly submitting reports of hetero creature-related missing persons for an extended period of time. Are the frequent appearances of hetero creatures the real culprits of those missing people? Yeah, because it's like, even if they can move in an organized fashion, it's like, could they really still been doing it all the time? But again, that's what I mean, it's like, maybe this is when Cradle finally comes into existence. Commandant? You might recall, close our port in your hands and look out. Green landscape flies past you outside the window, indicating the long distance between you and the conservation area. Oh yes, finally on a mission with Lee again. No checkups this time? I was just spacing out. So, you didn't hear a word I said during my mission briefing just now. Hetero creature-related missing persons. Seliga tallied the missing persons report from the last cycle, and incidents of hetero creature-related missing persons are found in the conservation areas 107, 108, and 109 near the border of the clean zone. Oh, okay, good, so we actually are tackling this problem. Good. These occurrences have been happening in this stretch of connected conservation areas for a while. Given the strange phenomena that happened in the globular forest and the Inver-Hetero Tower previously, military hypothesized that powerful hetero creatures may be residing in the surrounding areas of this area. The surroundings of this area. I guess it is possible, because again, with like how the punishing was able to evolve, it's not out of question that the Hetero Tower could do, or the Hetero creatures could do the same, especially when the Red Tide could do it. Or Ascendants. It's not Grey Raven's mission initially, however, thinking back to the first group of Constellia residents you met. The Clean Zone? There were dangers found even in the outskirts of the Clean Zone. I mean, the Clean Zone. Yeah, many people went missing in conservation areas that are on the border of the Clean Zone and haven't been found. The higher-ups just called them hetero creature-related missing reports, or persons, but my friend was staying around there. I wrote him after I settled down, but his father replied and said he hadn't returned because of it. My sister was there. Residents talk among themselves. Despite their calm expressions, every story they recall is tainted with blood. Interesting. Right, because we did try to say, like, can we have people come to Constellia now? As a part of the promise with that member of the church. But alright, yeah, I can't kind of see why you do for Constellia, because since they do have an organized system already in play because of that, they would feel more safe there than the Clean Zone, which again has at least been put into question now with how the hetero creatures are evolving. Did Babylonian never look into it? Some have come to investigate every once in a while, but those hetero creatures are some tricky bastards. They never show up when there are Babylonians stationed here. Again, meaning someone's making sure that they don't act when they're here. Oh, speaking of which, aren't you commander from Babylonia? You have the chance. Only you had the chance, that is. Can you go check it out? We're not asking you to do anything. It's just that I will. That's awesome. That was why you sought out this mission after you noticed it. He frowns into the next slide of mission briefing. We're about to arrive at Conservation Area 109, which is the closest conservation area to 112, the one destroyed by hetero creatures previously. Our mission is to investigate the cause of the missing persons while searching for their whereabouts in the surrounding area. And that's about it. How long until we arrive in 109? We're almost there. It's right ahead. Great structures start appearing on the horizon right as he says that. As you approach the conservation area, you notice residents coming out to harvest vegetables and fruits as reserves. Perhaps the existence of the Clean Zones provide them enough comfort that the residents don't seem to be in despair. Said they watched a heavy military vehicle passing by with curiosity. They carefully inspect your protective suit once more to make sure everything is flawless before opening the door and letting you out. Sonic commotion immediately draws your attention the moment you land. Hey, this is our land. Pick your fruits elsewhere. But this place. Did I not make myself clear? Stop. No. Gamer Concert you didn't know shows up next to them before you can say anything. I've read the regulations of the conservation areas. In Chapter 3, Article 8, the rules regarding resources and supplies clearly state that produce outside the conservation area farms are free to gather and pick. Regulations? Who gives a damn about regulations in a world like this? Do those regulations fill our stomachs? No, regulations don't feed, but they do protect. You're not the only person living off this land. Everyone gets to live if you just follow the rules. Why don't you do so? It's none of your fucking business! The angry man tries to break free of the girl's grip, but the construct with purple hair doesn't relent, staring right into the man's eyes without fear. She's right. Those resources aren't personal assets. You can't evict her. And who the hell are you? In your voice, the angry man turns to look at you, only to find Lee standing with you, fully armored and armed. Do I need to repeat the regulations of conservation areas to you? Just my luck. Man spits on the ground and scowls at the timid woman before turning around and leaving. The woman trembles silently, despite seemingly having something she wants to say. It's quite before she eventually turns around and leaves, running into the woods behind her. Purple-haired girl seems accustomed to scenes like this. She wiping off the stains on her coat, she turns to depart. Excuse me. Are you a construct stationed in the conservation area? And you are? Grey River Commander from Babylonia Task Force. Pleasure to meet you. Not sure why she visibly tenses up upon hearing your identification. I'm not from this conservation area. I'm just passing through. If that's all, goodbye. Ford's extremely complicated set of gestures, he seemingly bid you farewell before quickly walking away. What was she doing? I think that's the salute of taking leave, as written in World Government's Rules of Etiquette, 3rd edition. That's a thing? I ran into this book by chance when I was organizing the old data in my database. Who still follows rules of etiquette nowadays? Anyway, let's head inside the conservation area first. The construct doesn't look hostile. It's not uncommon for constructs on the surface to dislike Babylonia, after all. Top priority right now is to enter the conservation area to investigate the hetero creature-related missing persons. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it seems like it was put out on notice only while we were busy with other missions, so... And considering how much I always have to deal with, it makes sense why I wouldn't know about her yet. Because even then, I didn't even meet her at the time. Taking safe distance in case she needs to run away, I go hide to the woods nearby, carefully observe the activities near the conservation area. Did not notice anything unusual, it seems. Grey River Commander from Babylonia. And it's said that the Grey River Commander is trustworthy. Despite her hazy echo wasn't Constellia, she remembers Sika saying that she looked up to the Grey River Commander and hoped to become someone like the Commandant. Oh, that's the one thing I always got confused too. Why do people keep saying Commandant? Like, is that actually the way you say it? Again, I'm not saying if it sounds wrong or anything, because, look, things can be said in many different ways, alright? Depending on what the origin of it is. But I always thought Commandant just made more sense, in my opinion. But then again, I guess it would be D-E-N-T at the point, like accident. But I just always thought Commandant just seemed a bit weird to me, because it's similar to like the word command, so Commandant. I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering. Hopefully you guys can actually tell me if I'm actually saying it wrong, or if I'm saying it the right way. Although the commander did speak up earlier, I was still unsure she can take the risk. And even then, regardless of what the actual answer is, I'm still going to say it the way I say it, just because it rolls off the tongue more easily. Can she bet on the chance that the commander doesn't know she's currently being pursued? Or that the commander will help her destroy that place and find Lena even when knowing she's wanted. Listen, time is short. You have to find the armor and take her away from here. What about you, Lena? Where are you? I'm coming to get you. Me? Don't you worry about where I am. There's a commotion in the lab, so no one's paying attention to you. You're in the lab, aren't you? Stop worrying about me. Don't look back. Keep running. I'll find my own way out. Were you going to pursue your justice? You have to get away from here. You have to get away. During the Seal's commotion, Lena guided her to connect with the army's sister and escape. She and her mind almost got severely damaged during the battle. Afterwards, she only held a vague memory. She evaded her pursuers and separated with the armor, living as fast as Lena with the terminal Lena left her. Perhaps her mind was subconsciously trying to protect her from the stress, or mind itself of some complications after the damages. She couldn't recall anything else in that time period. So something similar to like what happened to Lamia, right? But she didn't remember about her true mission until much later. At the time she was fully conscious again, the armor was right in front of her. Her mind hummed as her sister called for her desperately. We are dead souls of the buried in the past. Echoes reforged from lust and sin. But not Lena from Iris Warbler. Where is Lena then? Lena always keeps her word. She said she would find her way out. She would have definitely escaped. There stays on defenses around the conservation area. Things jittering out controllably by her side. This is the closest conservation area to that place. If Lena escaped the explosion, she must have passed through here. And if Lena didn't manage to escape, Echo returned to the place where they called Utopia and destroy everything and find her. Although Echo has not found any information on the Aurora Squadron in the conservation areas on her way here, Freya believes that the sinful swarm must still exist. So what? Is she similar to like what Nanami and them are? Like, she's not necessarily a construct, but she was a mechanoid created with the intent, but just by a different organization? Because maybe that's why they're also interested in the Knight Armor, right? Because it's not something they made, but it's also not something the world government made directly, but from an independent group. It's the first week conservation area residents who headed out to gather food starts returning, the woods are getting noisier. Connected clues. Opening the dated report, you find entries of people from Conservation Area 109 who went missing in the past few quarters due to the hetero creature attacks. The data is indeed highly unusual. The people lost in hetero creature attacks should have been healthy adults laboring outside. But most of them mentioned in the report fall into the age brackets of 10 to 15 and 50 to 60. Maybe they're trying to experiment, right? Because again, it's like, if you wanted just a useful task force or nutrition, you would go for adults. But maybe it's like they're trying to see the different effects of like the different ages. Or maybe testing different mind frequencies because of the different ages. I compiled the data from Conservation Area 108's reports. The results are similar to the one you're holding. Either the staff from both of the conservation areas have collectively lost their minds and forged the data, or they didn't go missing because of hetero creatures. These expressions are solemn. We have to open the investigation again. Updates? Definitely extract the information from the mail, rearrange the words as they leap from page to page to form a hidden message. Code 19. Internal assessment of 4 winter experiment records in progress. City 23, Conservation Area 112, Outpost D56. They're all Babylonia's records on minor outposts stored by hetero creatures. These brief words contain countless tears and blood. He turns quiet. He knows as well as you do what it means that the names of those small outposts appear in the report of Fort Winter. Conservation Area 112 isn't far away from us. Maybe we should check it out first. Understood. I'll go prepare our ride. Words continue to flicker on the terminal under the dim lights. Clearly, Asimov wants you to investigate Conservation Area 112 and find something to connect the dots by sending you the message. Still, can there be any clues left after such a long time? Well, I mean, to be fair, there were still a lot of clues left from Fort Winter that Alpha found. Is our ride ready? Instead of Lee, the consort with purple hair you saw earlier today walks in. Ah, maybe she heard us and she wants to go there too. Hello. You covertly press the alarm button on your terminal to notify Lee of the unexpected situation here. Hello, Grey Raven Commandant. You may call me Echo. I'm a construct from Utopia. Utopia? She looks a little tense. Gently closing the door, she makes sure that no one can spot her inside the room before saluting you with a complicated greeting salute like she did during the day. World Government's Rules of Etiquette 3rd edition? I'm here to propose an alliance. I can't hurt to be meticulous with my manners. What do you want? I want you to lend me your strength to take down Utopia, Aurora Squadron's secret laboratory base. Looks up at you, her eyes ablaze with resolution, yet somehow you still sense a hint of uncertainty in her expression. Aurora Squadron? Sounds like a military unit, but I don't recall such a team in Babylonia. You said you came from Utopia. What is Utopia? Never heard of Utopia or an Aurora Squadron. Utopia is one of Aurora Squadron's bases. It's a large laboratory base. They routinely report to a place in Babylonia called Kurina. Oh, it's one of their secret labs. I see. No, so it is. It was one of their other secret projects. Just like Fort Winter. Okay, now that actually makes more sense. Because true, if it was like an independent thing, Nanami and them would have already found information on that long ago. Or they would already be acting on that information like they've been doing. like with Constellia. You must have heard of Kurano, given that you're also from Babylonia, Great River Commandant. If you lend me your help, I'll let you keep all the contents and data from Utopia after we destroy it. Kurano? Could the Aurora Squadron be Kurano's private force? You did hear about private military units being deployed by some Kurano leadership when you were in Babylonia. Why did you want to work with me? She could have easily bargained with Babylonia directly with information like this. Nadeko frowns. I'm looking for your help because I've heard your name mentioned by a lot of people. They all spoke highly of you. They said you have a heart of integrity. I'm out of options. I have to bet that you'd believe me. As for Babylonia, I can't seek Babylonia's help because I'm being pursued by them at the moment. Pursued? Could it be you're Kurano's escape test subject? Or should I call you Lena? You must have also received a notification of the Kurano test subject that the Purifying Force is after, Commandant. The Kurano test subject is armed with special weapons and is highly dangerous. Do not engage if you counter her. Report to the Purifying Force immediately. Please be careful you run into her, Commandant. I did warn you about this before your mission. Lena, an RS Warbler member, was captured by a mysterious armor-like test subject in Constellia before disappearing. The incident caused quite a stir within the task force. Puts her hands up, indicating she has no intention of attacking. I'm not Lena, even though I was indeed one of Utopia's test subjects. But I'm not your enemy. I can't easily explain the relationship between Lena and me, but everything will be clear once we find Utopia. I'm just here to ask you for your help. I'm running out of time. I have to find Utopia, and I must find her. Babylonia's people are close. I found more trails of the Aurora Squadron after I left the conservation area this morning. I can't let them find me. I have to do this before they catch me. That's why I'm offering the help, or why I'm hoping to offer the experiment data from Utopia in exchange for your help. Ah, right, yeah, because, again, if they take it, it's all over. She'll still get branded a criminal, and they'll never know the truth. It's hard to make a deal with an empty promise. Kurano, the armor-like test subject, large laboratory base? Whether it's the military or Kurano, they always withhold some information when sharing data with the Science Council. The only way to completely crush their hope is to prove it's wrong from the roots. Right. That's what both the Commander and Asimov need. That's the final nail in the coffin we can give to Kurano once and for all. This construct is telling the truth. This may be a desperate but crucial move in Asimov's in your plan. Still, it is unwise to act so hastily. The incident in Constellia was mystifying, and intel regarding the escaped test subject Lena has been clearly obfuscated. Still, those aren't good enough reasons to start working with us on the constructs, so... I have information regarding the missing persons, and I know they're all related to Utopia. You mean, almost everyone in the conservation area knows that the Great River Commander is coming here to investigate the missing persons. I can offer you leads. I'm certain that Utopia has something to do with the missing persons. There were often constructs or humans joining us when I was living in Utopia. Some of them came willingly as they sought to live there. Ah, like maybe making them a promise that they can give a safer place. While some were taken there. Can you prove what you said? I can take you to where one of the branches of Utopia is based to find those missing residents. But I can't possibly tell you everything at once. This information is my only leverage. The girl before you seems to be taking extra care with her words. Work with me, and I'll slowly tell you everything. Everything about Utopia and the Aurora Squadron. Otherwise, you should know that I'm the only person who knows Utopia intimately enough to lead you to their secret base. Is she trustworthy? If she is one of Kurano's, what's her objective? Laying a trap to capture you? Still, being an escaped Kurano test subject is a precarious position to be in this situation. Back in Constellia, the mission assigned to you was to retrieve the test subject. The Purifying Force was clearly tasked by some to destroy the test subject before you and Vanessa made your move. Santos? Sika? I can't help but feel weird about the final report of this mission. Is it because of what happened to Lena? Yes. Something about it still feels wrong. Lena only encountered the Kurano test subject because she was protecting us. However, why could she connect directly with a Kurano test subject when she was a Caribou member? Why did the military show no doubt whatsoever in her identity and issued the arrest warrant immediately? Is it possible that something's wrong with Lena's identity? I don't want to cast any doubt on it, but you're just speculating, not doubting. Sika seems to have been trapped in this uncertainty ever since she came back from Constellia. The timing of Kurano's appearance, the Purifying Force's entry, Lena, the Kurano test subject, a report locked behind clearance. Right, I'm the only one who can get close enough to that kind of evidence. Maybe you should just trust your gut feeling. You're right. I shouldn't agonize over it so much. Lena is part of my team at the end of the day. I need to find out her whereabouts. But my hands are tied right now, and I can't investigate any further. Can I ask you for a favor? Shoot. If you find out anything about Lena when you're on the surface, please don't report it to the Purifying Force immediately. Contact General Wells or President Hassan directly. We can't let Lena fall into Kurano's hands. It's just my speculation, but for Kurano, Lena may be the most important key in this situation. I'll consider it. This is just a temporary alliance. Give her a temporary terminal as a way to contact each other. I've confirmed when to meet in the future and how to contact you. She quickly steps out the door and leaves. Commandant? Damn, went through the window? That's Lee. He's been guarding outside the door since he received your alarm earlier. He signaled him to wait outside instead of charging in. Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, it's like, but I was probably thinking more for like safety reasons, right? Because then again, it's like, if I had acted hastily, if it was the wrong kind of person, they could have just left and then tried to take a hostage. Should we trust her? The time of her appearance is quite convenient. Just arrived for the investigation of the missing persons. That was a message. Came merely a moment before Echo showed up, claiming herself to be one of Kurano's test subjects. Very convenient indeed. Still, we can't just leave her be like this. If the Purifying Force finds her and sends her back to Kurano, Babylonia will lose an important bargaining chip. That didn't seem like a trap from Kurano. She felt too inexperienced to be a Kurano-trained soldier. Her perception was so bad that she couldn't even detect my presence. Right. And that's the thing, it's like, out of all the constructs that we've known, the only people who would know how Kurano works would be Lee and Vera. But so far, based on this information, it doesn't seem like it. And why would she call herself Echo if she was Lena? There were too many questions surrounding her. I don't think we should work with her, Commandant. That's what makes me more curious about her intention. The missing persons for the conservation area are related to some plan from Kurano. The risky this move may prove extremely valuable later on. Even if this Echo was lying, she must still know something about the people who went missing in the conservation areas. How else could she come up with a companion and happen to travel through all the areas related to the missing incidents? I still think it's too risky. Lucy isn't back yet. Liv is still helping with the reconstruction of Constellia. And this construct has never shown up on Babylonia's radar apart from that time in Constellia. Work with such an enigmatic figure. I still have you with me. That's not a reason for you to take the risk on your own, Commandant. But it's indeed an opportunity. If this gamble pays off, you'll have taken out one of Kurano's laboratories. If not, you'll still be able to bring Kurano's test subject back to Babylonia. I request extra support. In the meantime, be extra careful. I will. Yeah, because we can't trust everybody in this game. Seeing that she had returned to where she secured the armor unnoticed, Echo sits beside the armor while filling with a temporary terminal from the Greater Commandant. She can feel that the command didn't fully trust her. It's fair. Such a legendary commander from Babylonia trusted a random construct straight away, Echo would have felt more uneasy. It's fine. She doesn't need trust. She only ever has one goal. She'll destroy Utopia. To each their own. The morning meeting is coming to an end. The Preservator fills the room as Nicola frowns while reading the remaining few reports. Any news on the Kurno test subject? Not yet. The task force on the surface is investigating along the way. There have been a few sightings of a purple-haired construct in there, but nothing concrete. And the purifying force? Nothing from them either. Isarius' team is still searching on the surface. Things are complicated down there. Even by casting a wide net to search, it's still going to take some time. Expand the search party. We have to retrieve that construct before Kurno does. That test subject represents something more than just Kurno's secret research. And we take this opportunity to reinstate Iris Warbler. We can't. We have to be careful not to rattle them. Not to mention the finessing WGAA had to do to keep Iris Warbler around. Some people from the Parliament were even hoping to make use of Lena's disappearance to disband the squad for treason. Even though everyone knows the real reason why they didn't want Iris Warbler to be reinstated. Undoubtedly, some people would love for Iris Warbler to stop being associated as the discoverers of Constellia. Ah, right, because they began all the glory, which was supposed to be Kurno's. Strike Hawk is investigating the border to Clean Zone. Most other teams are carrying out missions. Disregarding the official squads, what about Scarab? They should be standing by in Babylonia. Shorthold from Scarab went missing in their previous mission. Our locator shows its last known location being flooded by the red tide. We sent drones to search the area. No body was found, but it's confirmed that there's no possibility of survival. The military's marked Shorthold as KIA. The squad has been assigned to Scarab to fill the vacancy, but I won't suggest sending them to the surface right now. What about Dark Ares? No one's frame is clear. Dark Ares have received their assignment and entered the Clean Zone stationed there. Dark Ares. It's still too risky to send them given their precarious ties to Kurno. We should assign them some simpler missions toward the outskirts of the Clean Zone for now in case we need backup. And we received the security footage from Constellia. Lena seems to be connected to the defectors. I recommend issuing a double warrant on Lena, a possible defector, just in case. You want to arrest Lena? Her identity? She can only be Lena. Containing it within the strife between Babylonia and Kurno will give them more grounds to bring back that test subject. We'll go with that for now. What about Lucy from Grey Raven? She's still being monitored, but the Science Council has already determined that nothing is unusual about her. We're just waiting for the Control Code to complete the final steps for their ruling. Right, the whole thing with Alpha. Because again, it's like, even though they understand like what it was, it's so hard to like make sure that she won't go AWOL again. As long as everything is progressing normally. In that case, we'll wrap up the meeting here. Contact me if there are any updates. Sika. General Wells. Is there any news on Lena, General? Unfortunately, there's nothing yet. I believe I can go to the surface and look for her whereabouts. We're both from Iris Warbler, and... We talked about this many times already, Commander Sika. Still, it's good to see she's at least trying. She's no longer being as timid as she used to be. Again, at least her own form of growth. Commander Nicola, I understand why Iris Warbler can't be deployed, but Lena? It's good that you care about your team, but it mustn't be too impulsive. The time will come. Be patient. Pause for a moment before heading back to his office in silence. Outside the conference room door with the flickering in-use sign is a man in a colorful shirt. Hi, Rebecca. Working today, huh? Rebecca looked briefly disgusted upon seeing Norman, but she quickly smiles professionally after a sigh. What can I do for you, Mr. Norman? Your birthday's in a few days, isn't it? I prepared a small gift for you. I hope you like it. Opens up an exquisite box that he has hidden inside his cuffs and reveals a pair of beautiful earrings. How did you find out? I'm still capable of getting my hands on a piece of intel or two. Collins. That guy just doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. Do you Members from the control corps walked past them and seemingly accustomed to this scenario. Although this ruse of yours has given you a legitimate reason to approach us, you're still being very conspicuous. It's okay. It's worth nothing to my family. They to be passionately pursuing Rebecca. The botched son of the Norman family never fails to show up outside Collins' office for proper reasons. Get in. Collins is waiting. Don't forget to make an appointment next time. Keep it. I meant to give it to you. A birthday is a day worth celebrating, no matter what. Happy birthday. Doesn't seem to be joking, so Rebecca takes the gift once more before stepping aside to watch the smirky man into Collins' office. You and your tricks, Norman. It's a shame that Rebecca doesn't seem too pleased with it. Enough with that. You know what I'm talking about. I'm responsible before taking out a piece of scrap paper with the coordinates of Conservation Area 109 on it. Trojan has arrived at Conservation Area 109. Should do our best to delay the task force and the purifying force from finding the test subject. How trustworthy are the coordinates? As trustworthy as our friendship. Well, that's something to look forward to. If she finds the test subject, she'll bring her to a place I've arranged. I won't count on it myself, however. I'm happy as long as she can delay them for a little while. Then what's next for you? Are you just watching from the sidelines? Or are you? You've started the fire, so I don't mind adding fuel to it. I'll get you what you want. After all, Norman Corps still needs someone irreproachable to lead them, doesn't it? Don't make it sound like you don't want to benefit from it. Of course, only a fool wouldn't exploit such a good opportunity. Not to mention it's about time someone cleans up Pikmin's mess. You have to be quick, though. I don't know how long Trojan can stall them. Remember to contact me if your people find out anything new later. Collins waves as he smiles and puts a piece of paper with the coordinates inside the pocket of his favorite suit. Certainly. I'll tell you all about Rebecca's favorite dessert next time. How about that? It's a deal. Warrior clears any feelings of tiredness. Stayed up late discussing your next course of action with Lee last night. Still feel somewhat drowsy. Great Reverend Commandant. Just call me Xanthos. Is that your name? I should still address you as Commandant, even though I'm not a Babylonia construct. There was another complicated set of gestures to greet you. It looks slightly different from the one she performed yesterday. The courtesy for mornings and evenings are naturally different. So are the greetings for meetings the first time and second. Well then, let's investigate Conservation Area 112 today, like we discussed last night. I planned our route. Wish to confirm it? Of course. This is the conservation area. We'll take this path. Where's your terminal? What is it? There's a map function in the terminal I lent you yesterday. You can even do that? Damn. Yeah, she's not the perfect agent, but now I can kind of see why Lee had his doubts on her actually being an actual Kurno soldier. US Caesar Alpha 234 this 3 and thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Turns away, probably hiding her embarrassment from you. My planned route goes through here, extending to here. Trace the 2 paths on the map, but you can tell that she's considered them meticulously. So much so that she's even predicted possible enemy locations and areas to avoid. Very detailed. Echo clears a throat before carefully inquiring. Will you bring others with you? The gentleman from yesterday, perhaps? That's not necessary. Despite how much you protested, you convinced Lee late last night not to accompany you, but to closely back you up when needed. If Echo is indeed Kurno's trap, you may plan an element of surprise this way. Let's go then. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, once again, thank you for the follow, Caesar Alpha. Watch out for the Aurora Squadron over there. Why are they here? This is a tactical analysis lens Dr. Pikmin once equipped on me. You can get some information on the enemy through analysis, but I haven't used it for a long time. Holographic goggles activated. Damn, it's like a drone. What in the heck is that thing? Suspicious target found. Enlarge the target area. Seriously, what is that thing? Start comparative analysis. Target model Aurora Bastions 11. Target charging status, remaining energy about 75%. Firepower status unknown. Confirmed. Exiting tactical analysis. Target confirmed. On top of the mountain ahead. The Aurora Bastion is very dangerous. We have to destroy it. The guards won't come after us as long as we don't alert them. We need to save our strength to fight the machine. I can't get its firepower status through analysis. What is that thing? How did they manage to get it here? Okay, so I have to be a bit more careful. Oh, the fuck am I supposed to do this? Fuck it, I might have to fight them, aren't I? It's the only way. It's the only option I even have. I might as well do it. Good. Ah, shit. Oh, that's... Wait, what? Oh, okay, they're just... What? Wait, who's attacking me? Oh, it must be from behind. Yeah, it is. God damn it, I messed up. I got this. Oh my god, it was... Oh, it must have been those two trailing me from behind. Oh shit. Also fine. I don't need this. Oh my... Oh, they're all just coming in because of the noise. I see. Shit. What did I just... Fucking mess with me. That is skill. Oh shit. Damn. Dude, how many more are getting shit? Well, they know better. Done. Look, I may not be stealthy, but at least I can fight. Though I did lose a bit of health, but it's not too bad. I'm gonna imagine that's all the soldiers and I wiped them all out. Actually, be pretty funny if I did. Oh my god, I almost did. Damn. Where did everyone go? Our mission is to get this Aurora Bastion to the nearby conservation area down there. Not take a walk. Wait, hey you! Over there, where are you from? Intruder, assemble! Protect the Bastion! Damn, no one's here. Retreat. Oh, the wrong button. Oh, cute. Hey, let's go. Well, I guess this thing wasn't charged at 100%. Oh, it has a shield function. That is actually kind of cool. I didn't think it would. Wait, I didn't lose. Oh no, right, I'm regaining. I forgot I can do that sometimes with at least Echo. Push it. Nope. Oh shit, that's not. Gotta get my arrow charged at 100%, so keep waiting a little bit. Dude. this. Oh shit! Wait. Ooh, dodge that. Barely.
秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ
Nice.
暗闇が広がる限り私たちは進み続けます
Yo, let's go. Again, I really do love how it's like these chapters I definitely get to learn more about the characters I do have. Because I'll be honest, I've not done like the majority of the stuff I'm doing now with Elisa Echo in PPC and that compared to what I'm doing right now. I literally only just learned that recently when I was trying out the character in like the character trials that they have. Like I've literally been doing that with a lot of the characters that I have now. And I'm like, thank God I'm actually learning about this now. Because like I haven't been doing that before. I've literally only been spamming, dodging, and countering. I haven't done any of the other cool techniques. Only since I started using that extra Crimson Weave stuff against Lilith have I actually been trying to learn about my characters more. So thank God it's all coming in handy now. It's heavily beside you struggling, even with your help, the effects of the interferences on our mind. Still going to take some time before they wear off. Why would that big thing show up here? Should we retreat to the conservation area? I can still fight. With the ambush here, we now know that the destruction of Conservation Area 112 must be related to Utopia. Stick to our route, and we should arrive at Conservation Area 112 tomorrow morning. There's an abandoned outpost ahead of us. Let's rest there tonight. She explains her arrangements to your terminal something ring. The first of which is former Iris Warbler member Lena is suspected of defecting? Under the announcement is a blurry photo in which a figure stands next to the armor holding Echo. Teasel! Lena didn't defect or collude with any defector. Frowns and interrupts you angrily. That consort was indeed the one who took Cecily and me away from Constellia. He saved me because he believed I had the potential to become a transcendent, but he parted way after I regained consciousness. Right, I forgot. Yeah, he was actually helping her escape. That part is true. But I didn't think he was actually trying to convince her otherwise. But then again, I guess he did seem kind of neutral to her compared to his other pursuers. So, I see. So that's what happened. Why? If Echo wanted to get revenge on Colonel and be hunted by both Babylonia and Utopia's Aurora Squadron, she could have easily chosen to defect his assistance. No particular reason. We just hold different principles towards things. Righteousness and justice. Do you think they exist in this world? Were the things you experienced not enough to open your eyes? Only power is eternal. You can only achieve the things you said if you have power. What a naive child. Go if you want. I won't stop you. You'll die in the righteousness and justice you so insist one day. He and I are seeking different things. You claimed you're not Lena. Yet all you said just now is from Lena's perspective. Echo never fails to look melancholic when she mentions Lena. I met Lena back in Utopia, but she didn't defect, and I never used her identity to collaborate with any defectors either. She helped me tremendously and taught me a lot when I was in Utopia. All I want to do is destroy Utopia and find Lena. Do you have information on Lena? We got separated when we escaped, but I'm sure she didn't die. She told me she would escape. I was a member of Caribou, which was a squad directly under Nicola's command. I've only heard that each member had different identities, but no one's ever known the truth. Is Nicola aware of Lena's disappearance? How did Echo replace Lena and enter Constellia? Why is she so desperate to find Lena now? I didn't clarify it in the beginning because I would sound guilty no matter how I described it. But everything will be clear once we find Utopia. I'm sorry I can't offer you more right now, but I know that Babylonia probably wants to take advantage of my identity as a test subject. Justice is bound to echo through the land. When Utopia is destroyed and the Aurora Squadron receives their deserving demise, I'll go to Babylonia with you. That is, if we uphold our current alliance. I know Utopia's been researching the mine, but I didn't know that he was capable of this already. Calling the weapon you encountered during the previous fight, you've indeed never heard of something that could directly interfere with a construct's mind. Oh, I see. So kind of similar to like those minds that Roland uses, but just an actual intelligent being. I need you to connect to me to stabilize my mind so we can enter Utopia. As for the questions you have on Lena, me, and Aurora Squadron, I'll slowly tell you everything, just like I promised. Terminal buzzes again. It's Lee's message. Check the surroundings to confirm that Echo's not intentionally leading you to Kurno's trap. I don't need you to trust me. We're just using each other to get what we want. You'll get the intel on Utopia and the Kurno test subject, and I will find Lena and destroy Utopia. Pleasure working with you. Interrupt Echo seemingly just before she's about to make a speech. From the information you've gathered so far, there is an unquestionable connection between Echo, Aurora Squadron, the flying fortress named Utopia. Any new information you can get from her will certainly help Asimov's in your plan. And how Project Winter and the Aurora Squadron be linked. When we stop to rest tonight, tell me your story now. That's gonna be a long one. Utopia. Anyone who's ever lived in Utopia would never say this. Utopia was a wonderful place. I lived there for as long as I can remember. They took in many children and constructs. Some formed the Aurora Squadron, while others were charged with maintaining the operation of Utopia. The person in charge of Utopia was Dr. Pickman. Dr. Pickman made many rules for Utopia, teaching us about truth and justice through beautiful songs, telling us that we must follow them so that we can contribute to the world where we grew up. Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Walk in the path of wisdom without arrogance or faltering. Be fair, be just, be humble, be prudent. You're here, Doctor. Elisa, did you study hard today? Of course. Didn't I tell you that I'm going to be the best prefect in Utopia? I know the Utopia protocols like the back of my head. Good girl. Should I reward you with your favorite snack during dinner? The orange-flavored one you love? The man with golden eyes smiles as he leans down and pats young Elisa on his shoulders. I know Elisa is going to be the best of us. It's almost time, Doctor. I almost forgot the important thing. Come with me for a second. There's something I need your help with for the experiment. Yes, Doctor. Pickman nods at the teacher, and the teacher immediately puts down the textbook and follows Pickman. Adults and their business. But study time isn't over yet. What should I do? I'll go find Cecily. Cecily has the best stories. Also counts as studying, I think. Having ruminated about what to do, Lisa happily decides the plan for the rest of her study time. At Utopia, a couple of constructs are standing in a quiet corner, focusing on their work. Good morning, Cecily. Melissa, is your class over already? A female construct named Cecily smiles gently and tucks away her hair before she reaches out, forming a curtsy in return and gesturing to Lisa to sit down. What did you learn today? The teacher didn't teach anything new. We just revisited the Utopia protocols today. The teacher got called away halfway through class. Suppose there was something important that needed to be done? Cecily looks down, complicated emotions flashing past her eyes. I see. How about I tell you a story? Do you remember where we were last time, Elisa? Little Elisa was going to look for her brothers. Poor Elisa. I wouldn't have known what to do. Right. Elisa ran to an old woman in the woods. The kind woman told her about 11 crowned swans swimming along the nearby river. The old woman gave Elisa some fruits and guided her to a winding river ahead of them. After saying goodbye to the kind woman, Elisa walked along the river until she reached the beautiful ocean. The waves from the ocean produced 11 white swan feathers. When the sun was about to set, little Elisa saw 11 crowned swans descending from the sky. Lisa, Do you have a question? What does the ocean look like? The ocean is where many rivers and streams converge. It's endless and boundless, so expansive that it looks like it will go on forever. You've seen a golden ocean when its waves reflected the morning light. I've seen a pink ocean during the golden hours of twilight. I've seen its waters at its darkest blue during a storm. Lisa listens to Cecily's description longingly. You'll see the ocean one day, Elisa. She smiles as she caresses Elisa's forehead. Really? Like Elisa did? Of course. Little Elisa held on to her kindness and purity, which is why the evil queen's toad magic failed to take hold. She could only reunite with her brothers in the end because she never gave up. So there's nothing you need to fear, as long as you let nothing change you. Justice is bound to echo through the land, and eventually... Nada. Alright, Elisa. We'll end today's story here, okay? I have to follow Utopia's rules and do my job now. Despite how much she wants to keep listening to Elisa's story, Elisa nods cooperatively. Goodbye, Cecily. Nada. I forgot my book. She realizes she's forgotten something before she walks out the door. Cecily, you know full well. She's just a kid, Nada. She doesn't understand anything. Don't blame a child for the sin. We should be the ones working hard. Forget it. I was being rash. Elisa is a good kid. Have you found those people? Do any of them show any inclination to escape this place? Pikmin has been too good to them. He's basically flawless, providing food, sufficient water, plentiful care, and fair rules. They all see Pikmin as their savior, believing that he's sincerely building this place as a real utopia. I realize a lot of internal information on the lab, but they wouldn't believe it. Yeah, there are enough supplies in this place. Food, sufficient water, fair rules. Who could say no to these things in this day and age? Does he not love everyone in this utopia sincerely? He's done plenty indeed. He even punished the leading figures who caused the disturbance only because they disrupted Utopia's order. Cecily! Don't get angry. These are the truths. But you know how Zika... I know. Which is why I'll think of a way. There's no use rushing, Nada. Have you gotten the code to the door outside? I got it. I placed it somewhere they never think of. I'll arrange what happens later. Don't be impulsive. We will escape this place with Zika and Arabella. Justice will eventually prevail, won't it? Enough with these lies for children. You wouldn't have been in this hell if justice existed. I wonder if it's kind of like the Maze and Maze Runner, right? It seemed like an opportunity for them to have new lives, to be their own people, but instead it was just a test. Or just making them blind to the truth, not even thinking that there were actually people controlling them and using them as test subjects. My teacher told me not to interrupt people's conversation, so Cecily had also left by the time I knocked on the door. I didn't understand what Cecily was saying back then, but now, she must have thought about leaving as well. Unfortunately, I figured it out too late. Though Echo's sadness seems genuine, you can't let down your guard just because of a short story. Cecily. I seem to have seen this name before. Was it from the annual list of deceased constructs or somewhere else? If Cecily was a Babylonian construct, there must be a file on her up there. Echo lowers her head slightly. The fabled armor-like Chrono test subject sits right beside her, gently touching Echo's shoulder. Why would they want to escape a utopia was that good? Dr. Pikmin even sounds like a rare altruist from Echo's descriptions. Food, sufficient water, plentiful care, fair rules. Even Babylonia can't guarantee these to everyone who enters a conservation area now. Why would those constructs plan to escape if that was the case? I was the cause of all these sins. Utopia might not have existed if it weren't for me. And then they wouldn't have had... but that's another story. Rest. I still have a long way to go tomorrow. Alright. It's getting interesting. Wait, 0%? Oh god. I got to do something specific, aren't I? Dawning sun rises above the horizon. Outline the silhouette of Conservation Area 112. Damn, I'm getting anxious about this once again already. It's right ahead. Is everything okay? My mind is hurting a little bit. I guess it's the after effects of yesterday's interference. It's nothing major. Just keep moving. Babylonia registered Conservation Area 112 as a hetero creature ambush conservation area. Now it was destroyed because of hetero creatures. Only a few residents who went out to gather supplies managed to escape. Everyone else inside, including the task force that went to help, didn't survive the accident. It was a while before some remains were found in a nearby field, but even those cannot be confirmed to belong to residents from Conservation Area 112. However, if Asimov saw records of this conservation area in the internal experiment reports from Fort Winter, is the destruction of Conservation Area 112 related to Utopia as well? I can't remember exactly, but Utopia did take in a lot of people every once in a while. Some were humans, and some were heavily injured constructs. I occasionally talked to them in between classes. All I remember is they seemed to come from many different places. Conservation areas, Forsaken, even Babylonia. Cecily came from Babylonia, as a matter of fact. For some reason, she always shook her head with a smile when I asked about Babylonia, as if she was upset. Interesting. So she was from Babylonia. Maybe she was like a defector? But then again, the issue about defectors would have happened much earlier then. I don't know. Or maybe she had a different reason for going there and she had to leave. I could press it forward again. Is your mind still in pain? Yeah. But it should be nothing severe. Let's take a break. Sounds good. Surprisingly, Echo doesn't protest your request to rest for once. Just someone clean a spot by the road to sit down. Take this moment to send Lee all the information you gathered from Echo's story. Ask her to encrypt it before sending it to Asimov. From what you've gathered, Colonel likely has a secret force called Aurora Squadron on the surface, based in a flying fortress called Utopia. Dr. Pickman was apparently in charge of the Utopia. Utopia took in some constructs from Babylonia, as one of them named was Sicily. Colonel really created a place that was meant to take in injured constructs and folks from conservation areas out of kindness of their heart? Fuck no. Come on, it's Kurano. They never do anything to help people. Quickly finish editing your message before calling for Echo to continue the journey. Hear the humming of the armor instead. Echo? Cecily. No. Father. A mind interference? A low buzz from ahead of you. There's a drone equipped with a mind disruptor. He's nearby. Immediately message in for reinforcement while inspecting Echo's status. Echo? Echo! Commandant. There seems to be someone conscious. Santos. Speak quickly. It's risky to contact me this way. How do you stabilize a mind being interfered with this way? You want me to diagnose this through a call? What kind of magical doctor do you think I am? Look, you've helped me out before. Stop complaining. A device that attacks the mind directly. If she's still conscious, connect to her and enter her deep mind. Try to stabilize her from within. But it's risky. After all, you have to perform a deep mind connection with her using your mind beacon. No one knows what exists in the mind of a construct Babylonia hasn't registered. How did you get involved with her? It's a temporary alliance. A temporary alliance? She has something we want. You could bring Echo back to Babylonia before the Purifying Force does. You'll be a step ahead of her. It's dangerous, but it's plausible. Be careful. Bring me a sample of that mind-disrupted device. I have to hang up. Call me on this channel again if there's an emergency. So, good to know I finally have someone high up on my back. Or have my back. Can you hear me, Echo? I have to establish a mind connection to stabilize your mind. Commence mind connection. This is the Utopia Lab. Echo. Cecily? Is that you? We don't have much time. Let me tell you some small secrets about the mind. A mind is a complicated structure. Through here you can regain some information you forgot. When you're lost, remember to find your path here. During the effect, you can attack the enemies in the mind to force them into fights to find a way out. But you have to be careful. It's the depth of your mind after all. Forcing fights could easily lead to a mind collapse. Cecily, I... Go. I will always be with you. I won't attack. It's too risky. Here we go. Private Journal, 603-201. We could abandon those naive ideas and take another look at the previous experiments from a broader viewpoint. These are failures through and through without a doubt. I was working in the wrong direction right from the beginning. Thankfully, I still have time. The mind is a deep subject. I'll come up with a satisfactory answer one day. Pikmin. Naive ideas? The mind? Satisfactory answer. What is it, Cecily? Georgia, rolling for the fate banner is a mistake. Down 36 pulls trying to get Watanabe, but I should have saved it for Lucy. Oh, you were trying to get... Wait. Should have saved it for Lucy. I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what you need. Because, I mean, to be fair, Watanabe is a pretty versatile character. Like, for my team, even when I don't make a Lee Hyperreal the main attacker, Watanabe still does a DPS amount of damage to enemies. Like, seriously, he's pretty wild on my team, so... But, I mean, I guess it depends on when you started doing the pulls, and, like, if you've been grinding for the black cards, because maybe you could have gone... Because, to be fair, you probably could get Watanabe, like, at least close to 60 pulls at the very least, if you're, like, grinded the entire time since the banner was available for the 100% guarantee, and you were able to put Watanabe as your option. But again, it still would have been tough, I guess. I mean, to be fair, you probably can get the Lucia one as well. Considering, again, it's still going to be like 2 events, or like 2 updates in one update, so... You'll possibly still be able to, I don't know. Just depends on how much of the effort you're putting in this. But again, I guess it also kind of depends on like what kind of team you're trying to do.
世界ってどんな世界だろう。君、何があったの？
No, stop now. No, but that's what I mean. It's like, depending on like how long ago you had to work on it, you possibly could still make it up. But considering there is like less than a week left before the next update, I can see why you had to stop. And it is probably reasonable as well. Because again, it's like, you can at least get some stuff started for the next update. I'm going all in grinding to get the alpha skin, Lucia, and not an... Oh, okay. I'll say that it's definitely going to be tough, but I'll be rooting for you, because I'm at least trying to get the alpha skin. Getting Lucia Pyro? I don't know, because it kind of depends. But I definitely wouldn't be able to go for both Lucia and the Nami. But I mean, to be fair, they both are pretty good. You can use them in a lot of teams, so I can see why you would try to go for both. I would say at least go for both constructs first, and then see if you can get the, what's it called? The skin. Because again, I know as much as anyone else that rolling for skins is much more difficult. Just trying to see if it says anything on here. No, there's nothing. We need to look at it. Yeah, like I was saying, I would say at least try to focus on which one console can you get. I'm not saying don't roll for both. Again, you probably could, depending on how much grinding you do from now on until like the end of the banner rate up. I would say at least focus on which one you want. Because again, it's like, even if it's much more easier to do this from a free-to-play standard compared to like other gacha games, it still is better to think about like what you would enjoy having on your account at the end of the day. At least that's my take on the whole situation. Some Project Cadilla materials were modified. These kids were dead and she was also destroyed. Who care about these means data now? Oh right, Project Cadilla! I forgot about that. Right, that's what what was his name? That was what the Ascendant was talking about. Because he wanted to continue the experiment or something. Well, I have the Lightning team. Fire team found Watanabe. Okay. Who do you have as your fire team right now? Just out of curiosity, anyway. Project Cadilla? She? Father? How many secrets do you have? Good to know you have the Lightning team. That team does mad damage. I should know from experience. The routine check is done. Among these children, 6 samples are qualified to enter the next round of cultivation. I found that their minds have a higher fusion rate. Professor Blank thinks it's due to the physical fitness, but I don't think so. After inquiring about these children, I found that they all grew up in the same orphanage and received the same education. Does this have an impact on their mind? Could give birth to a new theory. Lisa is the best. Pikmin. There should be the most important memories in this section of your mind. Graver Commandant's mind connection has stabilized your mind. You can stay here a while longer. Would like to leave or stay in the mind to explore for more information? I'll just explore. Just because I can. Oh, I can actually do this? Cool. Like to recall a memory. Sure. See what we got. Go that way. Seems to be a snowfield. Sure. Might as well. See what's got to offer. Finally have some time to get some fresh air. Utopia is a nice place. Well, it's game time for the kids. Okay. Oh, I see. So I actually have to find them. Right. Oh, found one. Oh, here's the one. Yeah, this last one's probably here. Oh, okay, I was right. Nice. This This is the painting I gave father. Really? Okay. Interesting. Sure. I like Lightning, have Vera 21 and Alpha Wave. Nice. Same. I love my Lightning team. Because it's like, they're just so fun to use because like how different of a team they really are. Like also with like the synergy from both Vera and 21, and then just Alpha just decimating her enemies, like damn. Let's check this place then. But yeah, Lightning was wait, was that the first team I completed, or was it the second team of like the full S rank? No, actually, yeah, I think that was my first all S rank team that I had. Because for my ice team, I had Chu Shukra, I had Wan Shi, and I had Jinling, I think. But then later I switched him for Alpha Kaleido, or not Alpha, Kaleido. It's my highest invested team beside Ice. Oh, nice. So your Ice is also pretty good. It's good to hear. Mine's is Lightning and Fire, but I'm definitely working on Ice now that I have a Wanchi Lucid Dreamer. I'm trying to get him to a double S rank before I work on my Lee Hyperreal so that my Fire team can be all double S rank at minimum. I mean, I know I could work on 21 Feral, because she's only regular S rank, while Vera and Alpha are both double S, but like, those other teams definitely need more work than my Lightning team, because they already get through a lot of the metagaming stuff more easily compared to the other teams. So that's why I'm shifting my focus currently. What time is it about? Someone tried to escape the other day. Tobia Protocol is such a pain in the neck.
聞いたか？ピークマン先生の実験。
What experiment? I heard you would get more supplies once chosen. Tell me. Oh, they won't say any more shit. I got Han Ying, but she feels so clunky to play. But I sig in GL. I see. Yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. But without a sig, not gonna
ピークマン先生の実験。
Gotcha. Interesting. So that's how. I was kind of wondering if it's like, could I just utilize her with just like a basic weapon that they give with Hanyu? I guess that's why I kind of really didn't focus on like trying to get Hanyu and only focused on like getting a Wanchi Lucid Dreamer, and then I focused everything else on the guaranteed banners, because it's like at least I know I can do something with them as opposed to Hanyu, which is like I already have a lot of my physicals just at regular S rank, so it's like I'll just focus on them for now before trying to get. Plus, I was told that later on, I think during Ishmael's banner, like in a couple more updates later on, that Hanyu will return back on like the Fate banners or something. So that's why I didn't go for it at the time, because like, okay, I still have some stuff to look forward to. That has to have 7 black cards that I did. Damn. Shit, you were really trying to go that hard for Watanabe. I mean, again, it's like you are making sure you are doing your PPCs and stuff, right? Because yeah, it's like those give a lot of black cards too, unless it's actually hard to do. Because I mean, to be fair, it definitely took me a while to actually complete all of them. The external mind connection gets stronger. You leave the deep mind from you. Oh, there's something here. This is mark left by Lena. Already done this. Damn, okay, shit. Wow, so you really were working that hard to get Watanabe. I mean, I respect the hustle. Damn, I guess just short of luck, I guess. Had to figure out a way to get it. Oh, another time. Alright, here we go. Because now maybe the door should be open too. let's try evening. See if this does anything. Maybe I also have to wait so no one's around. Can't let it happen again. Okay. Yeah, maybe not the right time. Okay, so let's go into night then. Oh, here we go. We got secret agent music. What in the heck is this? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Come on. Oh, you can't find way through technique? Just need to get the red. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Ah, shit. Oh, there we go. Oh, I did it before it could damage me. Sweet. And now I can do this. Lena, what were you trying to tell me? Where does this ventilation pipe lead to? That gate. Have I ever walked through it? Lab at night. There'd be any new clues? Oh shit, I see people there. Probably moving too slow like this. Oh, here we go. These are Experiment ID 802351. Experiment record. Performed mind fusion on 2 subjects who were forced to relinquish their survival instinct. Ejection rate observed 64.4%. Performed mind fusion on 1 subject who was forced to relinquish their survival instinct and 1 subject who was willingly relinquished their survival instinct. Ejection rate observed 48.7%. Performed on 2 subjects who both willingly relinquished it. Ejection rate observed 25.9%. Conclusion. A strong correlation was observed between the rejection rate and the subject's will to live in small sample experiments. Need to increase the sample size for further research. Continued weakening the subjective will in samples is also necessary. You'll be lost if you stay in the mine for too long. Oh. Ah, great. What did I do? Yeah. It sits up abruptly, clutching your forehead in pain. How are you feeling? He shot down the mine disruptor from afar, but the after effects are not likely to subside anytime soon when it comes to mine interferences. It's no big deal. I just remembered some things. And those weren't pleasant memories. On the memory she saw in her mind, she finds it ironic that the songs about justice and order were placed with the journals of the Mind Research Project. That place used to be different. It should have been... What should it have looked like? The good she remembers mixed up with the ugly she never recognized, forming a series of chains that confined her tightly. Calm down. She looks to be in great pain. The arm at his side begins to produce a strange hum. Can't help but feel that echoes a really close tie with the current test subject. Right. I'm okay. I just need a minute. Having made sure that her mind is not greatly deviated, you begin to sort out the bits and pieces of information you glimpsed in her mind, to gain Echo's permission. Toby's been performing illegal research on the mind this whole time. No wonder they could produce so many devices that could directly interfere with the mind. But What's the connection between Echo and Pikmin? Was she one of the samples? No. He adopted me and raised me, letting me call him father. He's your father? Pikmin's adopted daughter. Such an intimate bond. This new clue, you can't help but reevaluate the temporary alliance you have for Echo. I knew you'd react this way. However suspicious or doubtful you are, this information should verify part of what I told you. I hope that's enough to convince you to uphold our alliance. Very well. Seemingly well-behaved but chaotic children, mysterious journals, everything else seems to suggest that the laboratory is more than meets the eye. Has Utopia always been like this? It wasn't like this at first. Pikmin, I mean. He used to be loving and patient. He'd take us to play on the deck. I don't know how he became the way he is now. Quiets down, probably recalling the research journal she saw in her memories. Is that really the case? Or was his kindness always a facade? Those journals from your mind were all written by Pikmin? Yeah. He used to bring me with him all the time when I was younger. I probably saw those journals back then. He didn't avoid me when he was working. I don't know why I have no recollections of any of them, but that should be it. If Echo's memories were accurate, why did the penmanship look kind of familiar to you? Oh, is it maybe like that Kurno Kugawa person? You seem to have seen a similar signature on a report before. Mr. Kurno, please hurry up. Going to be late for the meeting. Oh, it is, isn't it? Kurno? When I was still a member of Kurno, I met him in person. And also accidentally came across his data file. I thought he was on the board of directors. But turned out his name was just a coincidence. Could it be him? The doctor whose name coincidentally appeared on your inspection report during your confined treatment? I could definitely see it. Has Pikmin told you anything about Babylonia? Never. He left for scientific exchanges occasionally, but he never mentioned the outside world. Is something wrong? I'm not sure yet. She seems to have encountered layer after layer of mysteries. Each time she lifts a layer, she would find the answer behind it written in blood. Every discovery would burn her with another shackle filled with sins. Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. As if the things I insist on are a joke. Her voice sounds desperate, as if she's suffocating. Chase down every lead, no matter what. Right or wrong, the truth will be revealed one way or the other. Rest. We have a long way to go tomorrow. Echo quiets down again, leaning on the armor as she closes her eyes. Near Conservation Area 109. The deal was no work during my break. I have to charge him triple my hourly rate. I'll let Mr. Norman know. Here's the vehicle and equipment you requested. Although it's naive to think that this thing can help catch the current test subject, I suppose it's better than not having it. What happened with the information I told you to spread? It's out there. The Purifying Force doesn't seem to buy it. Seeing as they did lose their target, they had to send some of theirs to investigate the conservation areas that sided a concert with purple hair. Expand the spread of information toward the center of the clean zone. It'll be easy to deal with the rest if we manage to draw those people away. She opens up the door of the vehicle and takes a look in the direction of Conservation Area 109. That's enough money to retire if I manage to capture the Kurno test subject. Whatever. Hidden stage. Oh god. Are you kidding me? Ah, no, it's a 20. Damn it. I'm gonna have to save that for a while. Damn it. I'm back to doing this shit all over again. Did I 100% clear this? Yeah, I did. Let's go. Actually, let me see what I still need to improve on my Echo. Wait, let me see. Oh no, actually, I have her to double S, don't I? Yeah. But I don't think I have her at 5. Yeah, I have her... Oh wait, no, I didn't need her at SS5. I only needed her at SS3. Okay. Well, at least for the time being, anyway. right now I have Wanchi Lucid Dreamer at S4. Just needs one more shard and he'll get to S5 and he'll have Yesterday's Doubts. Then I can work my way to double S. Really get anything for double S? Probably not. Let me actually check to make sure, because I honestly don't remember. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, get to level 2. Entrance skill also cancels a blue orb 3 ping. Switch on against a signal orb, enter calibration mode, grants 12 signature energy. Switch calibration mode doubles the amount of glaciation generated by Flurry Blitz and Frosty Barrage. Its damage both increased by. Ooh, yeah, okay. I'm definitely gonna need that. This SS3, not gonna bother. But my only priority is at least getting people to double S. As long as I can at least get that, that's good enough for me. Because again, like I said, it's like the physical team definitely also needs help. So at least it's the only one with double. I still need to get it for Rosetta and for Alpha. Alright, anyway. Let's continue a bit more. Alright, let's go here. Well, sits in a corner in silence, and the room is so frozen lake. Santos has entered Conservation Area 112 as planned. Conservation Area 112. It's about time to restart the investigation on Silver Falcon. Wells looks up as if triggered by a keyword. Wait, Silver Falcon? Ah, great, another group. Takes out the badge with sharp edges from his pocket. Silver Falcon eager to take off from his palm. Silver Falcon. Has the proposal to restart the investigation finally passed? The report on Fort Winter has records of Conservation Area 112 on it. It is suspected the two were related, thus approving the investigation. Ah, so they do have connections. The mission briefing back then. Silver Falcon immediately went to the surface after receiving reports of corrupted and hetero-creature activities. Their objective was to protect the residents of 112 while eliminating as many enemies as possible. It was a standard mission, but they never came back. By the time I found out, every member was deceased. An entire elite squad was decimated in such a simple mission, yet no one suspected any wrongdoing. Not even me. Was no one suspicious for real? Oh! Wait. The constructs from Babylonia. Wait, is Cecily that Silver Falcon group that went missing? It has to be, right? But what could have made her choose to stay, is the question. If that is the case, then. Wells. Oh, it is! Cecily, Nada, Arabella, Zika. Is this belated justice even necessary? Oh, wait, was he the commander of that squad back then? Come in. I finished analyzing part of research data we retrieved from Fort Winter. From what I can tell, their research direction was twofold. Mind fusion and mind replication. There isn't much I can find on the former, as mind replication was the main objective of Fort Winter. Oh! Oh, I see. I get it. Again, more ways to attempt to reach a higher level of existence, right? By doing mind replication, you could replicate the minds that were powerful enough for the tantalum to become constructs. And then with mind fusion, you could possibly have them resonate with one another to become a stronger entity, or like a true fusion of two individuals into one. Kind of reminds me of the whole Sasha and Masha from what was it? Futekigosha or the Misfit Demiki Academy. Yeah, kind of reminds me of that. Is that maybe what they were trying to do? So that they could replicate their own selves, fuse them together, and become an even greater version of themselves. Or even ascend to something akin to like a higher dimension, like the Ascension Network perhaps? Is that what it was possibly going to do? So that's why they had to do it in a two-pronged way? See if, one, you could have more test subjects to practice with, and then the fusion was the final part. I combed through all their known database, but I haven't discovered anything else on the mind fusion. Mind fusion? Kurano proposed this idea before, but there's no actual experiment data for winter. From the texts I could analyze, Kurano has proposed something even more extreme upon the foundation of mind fusion. They theorized that one of the requirements the Ascension Network used to filter ascendants was a powerful enough mind. Right. Yeah, that is true, because, again, the powerful emotions were what turned some people into ascendants. Lucia being betrayed allowed her to transform into Alpha. Lamia's kind of like despairing questionability of her own existence led her to become Lamia. Don't know what Roland's was, but Luna was probably the same thing after becoming a test subject of Kurano initially and then thrown away. I see. Yeah, because in the end it is always those powerful emotions of those who possess a strong enough mind. Considering that some of them were test subjects to become constructs and then became those. If they could expand a mind to include as many consciousnesses as possible, they could create a powerful enough one that could approach the Ascension Network with a greater chance to become an Ascendant. It is! Wow! So I was right. They were trying to reinforce themselves to become an entity actually capable of reaching the Ascension Network of their own volition. And probably not only that, they probably also wanted to control it. To be like, we will select who the greater humans of the next generation will be, but you will follow our lead and our example, right? They were trying to be like those who would lead the new world, kind of like after what happened with like Noah and his ark. Like leading people or animals through a disaster, being all the water, and then continue to prosper for the next generation. Is that really possible? It's completely unrealistic based on our current theories. But then, the punishing virus is beyond the scope of our understanding. Right. We'll never know if that's actually possible because in the end, Alpha and Lucia never fused. If we had actually let that go on, maybe we could have actually figured it out, but by then it would have been too late. We don't know what kind of individual they would have been. Remember the two constructs from Strikehawk? Oh, Kamu and Kamui. Kamu and Kamui. Kurano has no doubt acquired special means through many unconventional experiments. Judging by how the minds of the two Strikehawk constructs are fused, Kurano's research on this area is apparently quite mature. Ah. Right, because someone would have had to have been capable of doing that somehow before. So my answer to your question is I can't confirm if it's possible. If they're indeed conducting this type of experiment, I suggest looking into the records of defecting and missing constructs. Babylonia constructs would be the best test subjects for them. Ah, so it made them easy pickings. Create missions that would seem like they need to be sent there, but in the end, they'd just be taking their own. And no one would be less the wiser because you could just think, oh, the punishing took them. Especially since it was still the early stages of Babylonia and the world government. As one returns to the Science Council after the meeting, Terminal rings it receives a seemingly normal report from a construct, on a construct frame. Aurora Squadron, Kurano's private laboratory. Compatibility between minds? Is this what comes after that for Winter file? Minds are more compatible if they live in the same social system under the same rules. Ah, that's why he probably had to treat them equal, right? And that's also why, because it would get them to lower their reasons for having a survival instinct, because they would have been calm, they would have been collected and think, alright, we'll be fine. Just doing a simulation. Are minds that can highly identify with the same set of mundane rules fundamentally capable of passing the Ascension Network's filtering? It doesn't matter. This file arrived just in time. Makes the browsing history and thinks for a second before opening another chat window on his terminal. Conservation area. There's no one inside the aircraft before you. I can lead you to search inside to no avail, as it appears to have been abandoned for a while. This is the flying fortress? Looks a little different from the massive flying fortress I could described. Utopia is a fleet of flying fortresses. This is only one of the smaller ones. If necessary, the flying fortresses can be disassembled, leaving just a large one in the center. Lena was here. This here In this hero track she left behind. She must have been here before. Seems to have been abandoned for a long time. Lena once taught me to read secret codes their squad used. I found it. Here. She left behind clues on the next location she was going to investigate. She's about to look closer at the hidden codes when static noise suddenly appears from the abandoned, seemingly defective control panel nearby. Shit. An audio device seems to have been activated. Hear a raspy voice all around. No. That's impossible. It's been a while, Lisa. How have you been? It's getting warmer now. Or I don't know who this is, but I'll just say the cooling system has some issues. Don't forget to repair it. You can come find me. Like all your little problems go on. Or is it Dr. Pickman? I'll never go back. Stop pretending. Why are you doing this? Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Be fair, just, humble, and prudent. Wasn't that what you taught me? Why would you betray Utopia? Didn't you write those rules yourself? Every fine rule in Grand Vision has prerequisites. About these foundations are a separate set of rules, obviously. Everything has a price. And I'll teach you that as well. No, it shouldn't be this way. A utopia. Our utopia never changed, Elisa. One day you will understand what your father has done, just like they did. You will become my true family. Who are they? Oh, right. You're seeking information on your friends, aren't you, Lisa? Zelina from Caribou. I remember her. She was the special one. Stubborn. Just my little Lisa. So you had a lot of fun together back then, didn't you? Or was it someone from earlier? Nada from Silver Falcon. She was a bit of a bookworm, wasn't she? I kept telling her not to read so much. They were more or less useless. Or is it? Enough! Elisa. One day you will know what great work your father has been doing. If you want information on your friends, there are a few backup files in this control panel. You can take them with you. But remember, I'm right in Utopia, waiting for you. Echo? I'm alright. Didn't he say there are backup files in the control panel? Let's go find them. That was Pikmin's voice, wasn't it? Yeah. I didn't leak our location. I don't know how he found me. I know you didn't. I appreciate it. He's been monitoring the surroundings during the entire operation. Hasn't detected any suspicious signals this whole time. I can't understand him. I'm going to refrain from this topic, but Echo starts talking unprompted. The Utopia when I was little was genuinely a wonderful place. It was like the paradise written in the books. A place where everyone lived in harmony. But I don't even know when he became like this. I never broke those rules even after I left Utopia. I thought Utopia would return to the way it was if I kept following the rules and defending justice. Was I wrong? She looks up, her eyes brim with tears. Everything has changed. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying that at a time like this. Their control panels all share common passwords. I remember a few of them. Let me give it a try. Damn. It's like what she even been fighting for. Fingers tremble as she punches in the wrong codes a few times. Echo? What's wrong? Justice itself isn't wrong. But I don't know what to do anymore. What even is justice? Aren't you doing a great job? I'm doing a great job? Remember when we first met outside the conservation area? You helped the woman who was being bullied. She could be a child's mother or an old man's daughter. Like helping the woman could mean a full meal for a whole family. Even when she doesn't know what justice is or what she should do, protecting the weak is already an act of justice. Words and concepts are never clear. Knowing a desire to what's right is good enough. Is that so? Still looks a little lost for her fingers to stop shaking. I'm through. Each document is a detailed file on one of Echo's friends, everything from their basic information to their hobbies and interests. The details? Father, Dr. Pickman was nice to everyone. He even remembered everyone's birthday and interests. Everyone in Utopia liked them back then. Sentiments like that really be a facade? Lena's information is here. Construct Squad Unknown attempted to infiltrate the outer flying fortress of Utopia multiple times. Current status? Missing? That's great news. Lena's alive. Based on the direction she was going to investigate, this is the place. Near Conservation Area 107. Another conservation area with hetero-creature-related missing persons. It's no coincidence. We'll rest here tonight before we keep going. Until then, let me continue the story of Utopia. Damn, I am like so invested in this. I'm not gonna lie. I was the cause of all these sins. Utopia might not have existed if it weren't for me. Dr. Pickman was always doing experiments. He would occasionally ask for our help. Although we didn't understand what he was doing, we were all happy to lend a hand. He encouraged us to become constructs when the time was right, saying that constructs could help more people. Therefore, I kept going despite how difficult the process was. He was really happy the day my operation succeeded. However, Cecily, look, the operation was successful. I'm also a construct now. I'll be able to work with you in the future. Elisa? You agreed to be a construct? I did. Father said I would be able to help him complete more work and enforce the rules in Utopia if I became a construct. I put a lot of thought into picking this frame. Cecily? What's wrong? It's nothing. I'm just too tired. You've become a construct. It may not be a bad thing. At least you have a better shot leaving this place. Leaving this place? You saying we'll go on a mission together one day? I look forward to that day as well. Yeah, me too. The smile looked forced. Did Mr. Pickman say anything else? He mentioned you. Father took me to a physical examination after the operation. He said all my data looked good, just like yours. And he said something about initiating the final plan. What is the final plan? I asked him about it, he just said it was a grown-up thing. He said it would make us a real family, but I didn't understand the rest. I see. By the way, where is Nada? She told me she has a book she wanted to recommend to me, but her roommate told me she was gone when I looked for her in her room earlier. Did she leave Utopia? Yes, she did. She was the last one. Cecily, are you feeling unwell? Should you go see a doctor? I'm alright. Cecily smiles with relief as if she made a decision. And then slightly she caresses Elisa's forehead, just like the kind of sign she did in the past. Cecily? Elisa, do you remember the fairy tale I used to tell you? A princess named Elisa. Or Eliza. I probably should be saying Eliza, not Elisa. I just got so used to it. Of course, that was my favorite story. No matter how dangerous or difficult it is, there's always hope as long as you have righteousness and kindness in your heart. Is that so? Keep it in your mind, Elisa. There's nothing you need to fear as long as you let nothing change you. Justice is bound to echo through the land, and eventually... Several researchers are busy working inside the Utopia laboratory when Pickman opens the door and walks in. Is there still a problem? Yes, Doctor. A rejection reaction appears whenever we try to fuse different minds together. This marks the 58th external test subject, and the extracted consciousnesses still reject each other. The rate of injection is decreased, but it's fine. Failure is inevitable. Every path to truth is paved with countless failures. What about the samples from Utopia? We deployed them, and your direction has proven accurate. The rejection rate of that batch lowered to 27.25. But didn't you say? Don't worry. I found a solution. We finished preparing the test subject we're going to use as the vessel. To lower the chance of rejection, prioritize playing the consciousness shard from our Utopia test subject into the vessel's mind. As long as our vessel is steadfast enough, we'll be able to cultivate a mind that's strong enough. Father! Lisa, what is it? The new group of residents is misbehaving. They weren't happy with the resources they were rationed, so they took other people's food and water. But we allocated those resources according to the rules. Those are not important anymore, Lisa. Father? She can't believe her ears as her father disregards the rules he used to care about the most. You can decide if you think it's wrong, Lisa. Do what you want to do. I have to work on the experiment now. It's a very important one. If it succeeds, we'll become a real family. We get notice signed by Pikmin. Lisa disciplines the disruptive residents harshly. Those ancient others have received half rations and are exiled to the outermost part of Utopia until their conduct improves. Everyone receives a set amount of rations and can work to get extra. How can they take it from someone else? Today's work is almost over, but there's still time until the break. I should go find Cecily. She should be able to tell me the story of Eliza again if she has time. Cecily? Walking past the laboratory that has never been opened before, Lisa suddenly stops in her tracks. She can hear Cecily and Dr. Pikmin. Have you really made up your mind? I still think it's a little bit of a shame. I was going to save you for last, although her data is more suitable as a test subject you fit the vision I have for my research more. Only a mind that has gone through enough hardship can be strong enough. She isn't there yet. If I'm more suitable than her like you said, why didn't you choose me in the first place? After all, not any others were my teammates. However you put it, I'm the only one who can be the core. Oh, for Cadilla, is it? So is that what this whole thing is? Like, this whole project was to initially create one, and that was supposed to be Cadilla, but they never actually finished it? Perhaps you're right. Do you want to take a look? Our future Utopia? What are they talking about? The door's already open. Peeking through the gap isn't technically... Lisa carefully winds the gap a little bit and peeks inside. She sees Cecily calmly standing next to her in an active suit of armor. So, Nada and the others are all inside now. Do I finally get to see you again? Nada, Sika, Arabella? Touches the armor shirt. Oh, it is. This was the initial test. That's what they are. Don't worry. Life stops for all of us here, so none of us will age or die. Ah, so he's making them a whole collective. But that's no different from the Red Tide, though. But then again, I guess they didn't have the Red Tide at the time, as opposed to now. This is the ultimate utopia. Any other preparations? You can see them now if you want. That's it then. Cecily! She has no idea what they're talking about, but she senses danger intuitively. The smell of blood spreads like rust soaked in a rain. So opens the door regardless of the consequences. Lisa, shouldn't you be? Cecily specifically chosen to do this during Lisa's work hours. Lisa never arrives late or leaves early, so why is she here right now? Come back, Elisa. What are you doing? I'm too tired, Elisa. I'm just going to rest. Don't be scared. Remember what I told you? Just as it's bound to echo to the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. And I probably won't make it to that day. I'm sorry, Elisa. I'm just too tired. Please allow me to be selfish this one time. See more of this world for me, if you want. No! No! Memory ends here abruptly. I see. So that's what it was. So all those experiments, it had to do with them as the core, right? I don't remember what happened afterward. That was the first time I found out what Dr. Pickman was doing. He was conducting a horrifying experiment, and the most important ingredients for his experiment were Cecily and me. Devote everything to kindness and love, never disregard what's righteous. He made those rules, and he broke them as well. He always told me his experiment was going to make us a real family, but I didn't know. Yuko quiets down, looking mournful. So, this armor. She's Cecily, but not entirely. Inside the armor are a lot of consciousness shards, some of which are quite damaged while others wake up from time to time. Cecily's acting on instinct most of the time. Oh, so that's why they kind of go on a rampage sometimes, because the minds are colliding with each other at times. Or the mind disruptor does that, right? Sometimes like it destroys the stability of it, or maybe not destroys, but like breaks through the stability between those consciousness shards. It makes it go haywire. And with her connection to the armor, it affects her as well. Similar to like a puppet with their strings. They classified Cecily as a bioweapon. Most people who tried to connect to her were devoured by the enormous mind. Only I can stabilize a connection with her. Maybe she just didn't want to be used by anyone else but someone she cares about. Maybe to be her knight. Pikmin didn't know why either, and neither did I. She's protecting you. Perhaps she wants to protect me. But I just want them to travel the sun-kissed world with me. Damn. That's dark, man. There's been a wave of new hetero creature attacks around here recently. Several constructs who went out patrolling disappeared, and the people inside the conservation area are rightfully scared. Hey, you there! Don't move! Who are you? Babylonian Task Force. I'm here on a mission. You should have received a notice from me. Small groups of people gather inside the conservation area, muttering and discussing something. Seeing echoing your approach, they all pretend nothing's going on and cautiously disperse. Something's amiss. People in the conservation area under Babylonia should not have reacted this way when they saw a commandant sent here to investigate. Back in the other conservation areas you were investigating, some were glad to see Babylonia's arrival. Lovers were mad that it took Babylonia so long to send someone. But none of them were this alert, as if they're already protecting a secret. It should be fine, I think. It doesn't seem too strange to me. Doesn't the first chapter of the regulations of conservation area emphasize the importance of remaining alert and being cautious to outsiders? I don't see what's wrong with how they're acting. Quite the expert with regulations. They're written into a thick tome. I wonder how she managed to memorize every rule of it. I just thought the book was a great referencing material, so I read it a couple times. The systems written there are different from what I've learned. Did you used to learn things like this as well? We all learned from the same book before Utopia changed. Inside the book were all the rules we need to follow in Utopia. It's different from the regulations of conservation areas. Similar, but not the same. Utopia's rules emphasize fairness and justice, kindness and virtues. It requested us to treat our people kindly and respectfully. The rules were so loving that they didn't seem to belong to this era. Meanwhile, the regulations of conservation areas warn us about outsiders and refugees coming from beyond. Utopia's rules didn't mention anything similar. Utopia's rules taught us to find Dr. Pickman if we ran into problems. He would help us solve everything. Lena said that was wrong. Dr. Pickman couldn't possibly help everyone this way. But Dr. Pickman said he wanted to create a utopia on Earth, a place that was peaceful and decent, fair and just, so more people could coexist lovingly. But did Lena's message mention what she planned to do here? She mentioned seeing Kurano's people around this area. She was coming here to investigate. It's those people. So quickly pulls your way to hide. Too far from the other side of the conservation area sends a group of people in strange uniforms. Those are the combat uniforms of the Aurora Squadron. What are they doing here? Sneak toward them while hiding in an alley. Those soldiers say something to the residents, and they all drop their tools in their hands to follow the soldiers away. The soldiers lead in the front while the rest bring up the rear as if worried that the residents are going to run away. What are they doing? Obviously, external force entering the conservation area should have alarmed the guards. So why are you not here to stop them? Let's follow them. But after they leave the safe zone at the conservation area, the soldiers begin to create strange trails of fighting on the ground. That's the Henry creatures. Time's running out. Go after him. I still don't think this is a good place. We could have stayed in Babylonia's conservation area. Yes, we had to work for supplies there, but at least they're clean. Things you get without doing anything? Is there really such a thing as a free lunch? Let's go back. It's getting late. This is different. They promised us. They promised us water, food, and warm clothes. I don't want to go back. I don't want to work so hard for only a few supplies. Who cares about justice? I just want free bread. Tate, what about you? Are you saying we're Asker here? I don't know. But I'm starving too. Tate, I don't care about those things. I just want food. I'm so hungry. Is that the Babylonia commandant? Quiet. You don't want to get caught by now. Let me get you out of here. You seem unlikely to leave, but please give me more time. I have to bring them back. I promised everyone. Oh, those are kids. Ah, great. Alright, fine. They just done right away. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on. Oh, is there something here? I know, I guess the other way. Fine. Ah, shit. Nope. Okay, next. Ooh, okay. Oh, we got some powerful ones this time. Ah, shit. Oh, okay. Guess that was it.
暗闇が広がる限り私たちは進み続けます。
To your surprise, the residents you say don't look happy after you chase the Aurora Squadron array. Damn it! Did we miss the chance? Why would you do this? The gentleman promised us water, food, and warm clothes. Those things came with a price. They were going to experiment on you. No one cares. The gentleman told us we could become their family as long as we followed their rules. Why would you stop us from entering Utopia? Those people have left. You can't go to Utopia today. Go back to the conservation area. It's late now. This place isn't safe anymore. At this point, resting glass at Echo, but Echo ignores him as if she's used to it. Do you really think such a good thing exists? Certainly! They promised us! We just needed to follow them! You wanted to follow them because you want to live, right? Who doesn't want to live? Do you think only big shots like you deserve to live in this world? We also want to live! Commandant and soldiers fight. Farmers farm. Everyone has to work hard to survive. The conservation area offers the same if you work hard. Water, food, warm clothes, and more. Do you really want to be their family, or are you just lazy? You! Accusing others won't get you away from your own problems. You already believe what she said, don't you? Why else have they stayed instead of running away with the Aurora Squadron? Wolf Man walks away angrily, no longer berating Echo. A few are missing. Did they leave with the Aurora Squadron? Yeah. They were stealthy and joined the soldiers as they left hastily. Some people are definitely seeking an easier life in this world. Lovers are at their wits' end, no longer motivated to go forward. Instead of an easier life, it's more like a way out. Yeah, because that also kind of has been the problem, right? People are trying to find ways to make their life easier. But because they just want the easy life as the end result, they don't care about the means they get to, or they go through to get there. Stop overthinking it. Right. I haven't thanked you yet, Commandant. It's alright. When I escaped Constellia and decided to look for Lena, I found a bunch of conservation areas like this one. You mean? Pikmin hasn't given up on his plan. He's taking advantage of the mobility of his flying fortresses to build many incomplete utopias like this everywhere. They usually indoctrinate the residents by enticing them with plentiful resources. They tell them they can become their family if they follow their rules, and the well-behaved ones can enter their utopia. I saved some residents like them before, but none of them believed a word I said. You were the only one who spoke up for me. Thanks. Remember the story you told me? Justice is bound to echo throughout the land. Don't be afraid, Elisa. Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. There's nothing to worry about, even when the rules here begin to crumble. Even when you're trapped in this quagmire. At least you're still alive. How can you can still dismantle everything. There's no time to waste. Let's go. My memories linger in her mind. Something's been shadowing her, only to become the foundation of a stronger wall. Echo? No, sorry. I got carried away. What were you saying? We could follow the trails of the Aurora Squadron to their base. Time's short. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Following the wind. It's late at night. Soldiers have entered the woods before you. You want to keep an eye on them, Echo, and you have set up a simple camp here. They've stopped. Their base must be nearby. You scared? I'm not. It's just, the closer I get here, the clearer some memories become. Back then, right after Cecily passed. Why would you do that, Father? Lisa, is something wrong? Alright, I can give you 10 minutes. Doctor in a white coat smiles gently as he looks at the time. Are you here to recite the Utopia protocols to me? Or someone violated one of our little Lisa's rules? You know I'm talking about Cecily! Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Walk in the path of wisdom without arrogance or faltering. Didn't you make those rules? Experimenting on Cecily. Was that kindness and love? Righteous and just? Of course, Elisa. It is the most wonderful place. Somewhere even better than our utopia here. Everyone can live together happily there. Everyone gets to wield incredible power. It is the most wonderful thing, Elisa. But our research isn't complete. Once it's done, everything will be even greater. Maybe it's that he thinks he's comforting them to lead them on the trail to utopia. Right? And he actually does think that it's better to guarantee that you can be together for all of your life. Because in the end, it's not an afterlife necessarily. But it's not reality either. It's kind of in the middle. So it's I think what he thinks is actually as genuine as all the other things he's done. But it's to those who actually live in reality, it's actually cruel, but he's just so determined on that mindset. Alright, still have some things to do. Go play by yourself. And that's the thing, it's he still keeps treating her like a child, because it's does he not really see the reality, or is he trying to escape it himself? Which is why he's trying to guarantee that this project works. No, that's wrong. That is wrong. Keeps repeating the same phrase helplessly. Despite her heart telling her that everything Pikmin said was wrong, the education she received fails to rebut those reasons. Is that really right? Do righteousness and justice, fairness and order, look like this? Elisa, what are you doing here? We're just looking at a new batch of constructs. We can use some help. Shouldn't you be working today? I see. I'll head there right now. Arrived at the door, Lisa sees a few constructs approaching her. This is Utopia. Most people don't get to come here despite how much they want to, so you're lucky. Here lies the only utopia in this apocalypse. Psst. Why didn't Babylonia move here? This place is so great. Babylonia is nothing compared to this. You should treasure what you have here. I don't know anything about treasuring, so why don't you let me head back? You can't come back if you leave. Who would want to come to a place like this? You... He's about to say something when he sees Elisa approaching. Elisa, I'll leave them to you. I have other business to attend to. Be careful. This Lena in the group is a troublemaker. I thought all constructs volunteered to come here. Well, yeah, she was heavily injured and we rescued her, so she has to pay us back, so to speak. Fairness, alright? Nothing's free. I see. You can go take care of your business. My name's Elisa. I'm in charge of moral education here in Utopia. You can find me if you need anything. Hypocrite. How moral can a secret Kurano lab be? Enough of your crocodile tears. You caught me, so I admit defeat. But don't you brainwash me with your morals. But he said they saved you and brought you back here because you were badly injured. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Looks daggers at Lisa without saying another word. He's fallen by the time Lisa's done helping the newly arrived construct settle in. Long overdue for maintenance, the ventilation system in the public area screeches and painful creaks. They said they saved Lena, when it was so obvious that she was brought here against her will. Who's lying here? You need to see everything with your own eyes, Elisa. People's words need to be taken with a grain of salt. You need to see things with your own eyes and listen with your own ears. Keep her eyes slightly closed, Lisa replays in her head what happened recently. Utopia's growing increasingly tense and Cicely passed on. Her father had a patrol around the gate. Utopia seeing an influx of voluntary newcomers these days. People she's just received Mark, the fourth group today. Which is why she started to entertain the idea of having a conversation with a construct going by Lena. Seems to know a lot of things that Lisa's never been told. Such as current on how people see the space as a laboratory base. Past midnight in one of Utopia's flying fortresses, Lena keeps her eyes partially closed, feigning sleep as she observes the patroller outside and quietly leaves a mark on the wall. Never she thought she'd find herself in for a ride like this while trying to track down Kurano's research base. What exactly is Kurano doing here, though? Does Babylonia seriously have no clue about this research base when it's so big and obvious? One step, two steps. The patroller stops at his track and starts having a conversation. Hello. Is she the concert for the afternoon? Well, what are you brought here? Or what brought you here? Your rooms aren't here, if my memory serves me correctly. I wanted to talk to you about this Kurano and laboratory base that you mentioned earlier today. And you have no clue as to what those are even though you live here? Good job trying to trick that out of me, but I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not tricking you into telling me anything. I'm just trying to figure things out. Everyone here knows this place is Utopia. Does that Kurano have something to do with it? By saying a word, Lena fixes her gaze at the construct. Caribou specializes in tracking and spying. Being Caribou herself, Lena naturally has these skills down to fine art. It appears that this construct called Lisa doesn't have a full grasp of what's going on in this laboratory base. Except Lena still can't rule out the possibility that she's just playing dumb to pry things out of her. I have nothing to say about that. I need to go now, but I'll be back. It's been 10 days since Lena arrived. Undercover at night, Lena documents the landscape of this place as part of her daily work. Noting that these flying fortresses don't stay forever at one location, they can be disassembled and reassembled if needed. It smells trouble. She's trying to come up with a way to get out of this place. When she gets back to her room, however, she hears a quiet voice coming from the other side. Lena? What are you doing here again? I assigned you this room because I passed by during my night patrols here. How was your day today? She could almost picture Lisa doing her complicated salute even without seeing her. How they managed to raise a child so pure and naive in a place as messed up as this one. You've been standing sentry here for 10 nights in a row now. Don't you feel tired? I feel fine. Work is work. And you don't really want to do night patrols these days. According to Utopia protocols, we're supposed to look out for one another. So I thought I could do night patrols in their place. Are you stupid or what? Well, I was hoping to learn about Kurano today. You don't mind. And while we're at it, why do people call Utopia the laboratory base? Do you really have no clue what's going on here? I mean, they're doing vivisection with constructs here. What else can it be called? An orphanage home? But that's not all that they're... Are you really that naive? Anyone here, and yes, that includes you, could be the next guinea pig. Why do you think they only take people in but never let them out? Had you ever set foot beyond this place? Lisa's last question seems to have hit home. Lisa knows... All Lisa knows about Utopia is that it's like a gigantic flying fortress flanked by numerous smaller flying fortresses. All she knows is that everyone living in Utopia abides by the rules and that they can all live happily together as long as they abide by these rules. She knows the skies out there to be blue, the grass to be green, the ocean to be boundless, and yet she's never set foot outside Utopia. Having spent quite some time observing this girl, she knows now for certain that Lisa knows nothing about anything here. I've seen them in the middle of an experiment. Dr. Pickman took Cecily, and I'm going to stop them. Because what they do goes against the Utopia protocols. People are supposed to help one another, devote everything to kindness and love, and never disregard what is righteous. I'll do what I can to help you and your people get out of this place. Wait, don't! Words disappearing in the silent air, Lena hears nothing more from the other side of the wall. Her frown, she tries to think of something to stop Elisa. She hears the same quiet footsteps approaching the wall again. You... Good night, Lena. The stars tonight, too, shall shine upon your dream. It took Lena a long time to finally let her guard down around me. She would say hi to me at recess sometimes, tell me what was going on out there, and occasionally teach me how to shoot with a bow. When she looked me in the eye, I always had this feeling that she was seeing something or someone else through me. Maybe she was friends with Cecily, or at least one of the other members of Silver Falcon. How's it going? Yo, what's up, Guardian? How you doing? Just going through of a glowing justice. And already it's a pretty good chapter. She wouldn't tell me anything though when I asked her. She only told me to keep myself safe and never fully trust anyone, no matter who they were. But she trusted me so much herself. Alright, I can at least do this, possibly. And if I have time, do another section. Against the sky in which the stars hang far and wide apart, the low hums that the armor emits are reminiscent of alarm calls. Commandant? What's wrong? PGR flies here at 10 p.m. Jeez. Oh, right. Wait, is that actually today? Shit, I didn't know. They said I don't know if it is. Oh, I guess you said CST. Oh, okay. For me, it's at 11 p.m. Yes, to say. Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna watch it after stream ends. I didn't know it was today, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch that later today. It popped up in my YouTube feed, so in the funny. Oh, okay. That's probably why mine didn't show up. Mine's probably would show up in like maybe 30 minutes before. But thank you for reminding me, Guardian. I'm gonna check that out later tonight after I finish stream and have my dinner. But it wakes up bright and sets itself for a fight after years of being at the front lines. Yeah, for me it's gonna be at 11. You gonna watch it? Nice. How close are you to being caught up? I'm on chapter 25 right now, so I'd say pretty close. At least if we're talking main story. I guess I'll do floating records on my own time after, but I'm pretty close to getting all caught up. Because we know I already did 27 through 30 on other 7 streams. So yeah, just this and the Lamia one, and then I'm all caught up. There's movement up ahead. They're probably trying to make their way back when it's still dark. Let's tag them. Fond of your Aurora Squadron soldiers, you see a black airship towering in the woods with a faint warning light 2 walls hit, or 2 hills later. But you'll be able to just chill until the new patch drops. Yep, finally gonna be close to getting to that point. And I'm really glad I am, because it's like, goddamn, this has been a long road coming. But again, to be fair, I've been having fun with it, both with the story and with the combat, so hey, it's a win-win for me. For all of this. Oh, by the way, Guardian, I did finally get Chushuker to double S rank. And right now I'm working to get Wanshi Lucid Dreamer to double S. I have him at S3? I'm almost at S4, but I need one more shard to get that. Glad you're enjoying it. Figure you enjoy the story. Yeah, I really am. Especially since, again, it's like, for some of them, they're focused on one character, and then in others, it has a couple of them together with their own, like, development, growth, or at least them being active. It's like, that's what I love about this. Because again, sure, it's like I choose the voices myself, but again, first of all, I'm doing that myself. And second, it's like I'm just so invested. So this is Utopia? Not as big as I imagined. The whole Utopia is much bigger than this. This should be one of the smaller flying fortresses out on a mission. Utopia consists of a gigantic flying fortress flanked by numerous smaller ones. Most of the time, Utopia stays on land in the middle of the wilderness and usually not airborne. Ah, so that's how come this... Because I was about to be like, if this thing is always in the air all the time, how the fuck has no one found this thing yet? Some of the smaller fortresses scatter and come down to the ground when they're on missions, like this. But I need to get caught up on Honkai Star Rail, so meandering in Pentagoni though. You'll be fine. I mean, you'll at least probably enjoy Pentagoni more than you will the next area. I will tell you that much, because that is just a whole bunch of jargon. And mainly meaningless jargon compared to what you're dealing with. So you're fine. You can take your time with it, honestly. And yo, I'm so hyped up for the next Wolverine Waves update. Y'all know I'm definitely going to be doing a stream for that. Just gotta find the right time to do it. Yeah. Microsoft's cold and press their hand on it for a mine interference? Yeah. They probably plant a small armored device somewhere nearby that's equipped with a mine disruptor. But it isn't something I can't handle with your connection though, Commandant. Let's keep moving and see what's up ahead. For the to, you proceed carefully along the perimeter. Good. I've heard a lot about the newest area. Between the VA strike and However's making a very weird storytelling decision as of now. Yeah. Like, the VA strike, that's definitely one thing. But true, with the weird storytelling decisions, yeah. I can tell you from experience, it definitely does make it harder to play the game. Like, I'm still going to do it, but I'm choosing to just pile it up. Just because it's like, I can't be bored to just like literally read a book once at a time if I'm not getting too involved. At least that's my decision at the beginning. Again, I haven't given up on Star Rail, but it's like I'm just putting a break to actually focus on the games I actually care about at the moment. Like this, Atelier Yumiya, Treasure of Daybreak 2, surprisingly. And yeah. If you then scatter under the small flying fortress where a couple of refugees and visibly wounded consorts line up until sort of registration. Once verification is complete, they're led to the flying fortress. You're just always going anywhere. Yeah, exactly. See, you get me. They're still doing this? Just try to keep it on the low so they don't see us. I know where the back door is on one of the smaller fortresses. We need to get those people out of there first. We can stop her, Echoes, put away her weapon and start making her way quietly toward the flying fortress. God damn it. Inside a lab in Utopia, Lisa and Grey River Commander have reached the flying fortress. I see. Little Lisa still as impatient as always. But I don't suppose a fruit ever becomes ripe with the juice of life if it isn't nurtured with the hardship of life. She always has been the best of them all. By the way, that girl from the other day who tried to pay me a visit but ended up in Babylonia. I don't even know who sent her to me. Seemed quite impulsive, saying that she wanted to join us. Where is the thing she brought with her? Here. To quickly go into the files, Pigment falls. Wait, Pigment has a very punch with. No, I can definitely see it. I see. Should I try to get in touch with him? No. We'll stay put for now. Let's wait and see what we're getting out of the next batch of test subjects. Can't play on the table without any chips in our pocket. Don't you agree? I believe Elisa's not going to let me down, right? He keeps his gaze on a report detailing Elisa's activities and brings to another gentle smile. Inside the Flying Fortress. Navigating the Flying Fortress is a breeze rack leading the way. The issue is weird though, is that all the things here are out of place. Sign that this place is still under construction. This is where most of Pikmin's men come to rest. Girl quietly pushes open the door. I want to see countless mind disruptors on the other side. It's a trap. The gadget's no longer working, but Echo still looks in pain. Only imagine the pain she's going through having her mind messed up by interference waves as powerful as the ones that had just hit her. Got a hold of Lee. I got hold of Lee and the task force squad nearby and asked them to come down for help. Before they get here, you have to help Echo stabilize her mind first. Alright, try this again. Calm down, Elisa. Cecily? While the Grey River Command is stabilizing your mind out there, perhaps you could take the opportunity to find more clues. This area in the mind might hold the memory behind that gate. Opens. What in the... What's that over there? Judging from the height, it should be okay to jump down from here. Ah, great. Of course I know what happened the moment I move. There seems to be a machine down there. Let's go check it out. Oh, this? Oh, don't tell me these things are gonna wake up and attack me again. Personal file. Name Cecily. Babylonian Consort Silver Falcon Captain. Cause. Taking it during a battle in Conservation Area 112. Allergic to eggs. Please don't mind we're preparing recipes. Exit Consort with strong will and calm mind. Say that after realizing that escape was not possible. Still trying to escape, but that's fine. Because it takes a strong mind to be the most beautiful fruit. Oh, so that's why he kept her here all this time. Makes sense. But again, was she just injured and then they brought her here? I guess. This file isn't documenting things I don't even know myself. Are you alright? It's okay. This is all the truth you need to know as well. Alright. These aren't nada to get during a battle. It's really ordered books to get just their captain. It's good. They'll be perfect partners again. It's nadas. Calm down, Elisa. What in the heck? Watch out, Echo. What? Fuck me! Oh shit. This? Yeah, I'm gonna see my special moment. God damn. Messed up the timing. Oh shit, wait. Oh, I didn't even know this thing was here. There we go. Nice. They were all innocent. Don't overthink it. It's just an illusion in mine. But they were lives that actually existed. I'll remember everything and bring justice back to them. Hopefully I don't need too much exploration for this. I want to go have my dinner soon. I'm no longer the once helpless Elisa. Let me have a clear look at things that I once forgot. Careful. Come on, I've got all day. No, I was trying to dodge. Cody, well, we're looking good. You do more stuff in it? Sure. Because mind is stabilized. She has to be trying to wake up from a deep mind. Echo! This place isn't safe. You need to get out of here as soon as you can. Commandant. Can you move? I think I can move just fine. We need to get those people out of here. We can't let Utopia take any more lives. I'm outside the door, the sound of shots being fired from here. Help us here. From Babylonia? What about Cecily? Don't worry, it's a friend. You open the door, you see Lee in the hall trying to open the door to the room that keeps all the constructs locked. Commandant? This is Lee from my team. Greetings. I'm Echo. Still haunted by the pain, Echo insists on greeting Lee with a complicated salute anyway. Uh-huh. Commandant, I roped up all the constructs who claimed they were from Aurora Squadron. And to keep us hidden, I've intercepted the signals around here. And according to this log they've kept, most of the constructs and humans came here voluntarily. Voluntarily? They said Utopia had promised them a future where they wouldn't have to worry about food or anything else, as long as they agreed to become a part of this place. I went through the file myself. Many of them are runaways from some of the other factions. Some hunted down, registered as dead for official records, others because they want a stable life. I'm afraid she isn't going to get the reaction she wants from them. Utopia's like a beautiful dream, but that appeals to the exhausted souls wandering without a home. I might know that it's a bottomless abyss, but why does that matter? There isn't anywhere else for them to go. They all want to follow Aurora Squadron to search for the actual Utopia. Is Utopia really as appealing as they think it is? No one can resist a promise when already driven to the wall. I'm really worried about Lena. Is she going to get brainwashed by Pikmin if she doesn't make it out of Utopia? Ends up all alone again? Everyone's going to be able to live happily together forever and ever. Life lasts for all here, so no one will age or die. She's gonna end up like Cecily? That's not gonna happen. You need to have some faith in her. You're right. There's no way she's gonna fall for anything Pikmin says. I have to have faith in her. What are we gonna do with these people here? Let's take them back to the nearest conservation area first. Task Force Squad you reached out to earlier has arrived. Their help the constructs of humans board in groups. Shows more vehicles that take them to the nearest conservation area. Verifying force isn't too far from where we are now, Commandant. Those who are after the Corona test subject? Right. Asarius is leading the team. I tried muddying the waters with some misinformation. There's no telling how long that would keep him stalled. Something that strikes me as weird, though, is that there's another force trying to muddy the waters, too. Won't be found anytime soon, but I'm having no luck at identifying the other force. Their purpose is still unclear. And if they ever find, don't worry. Put every information you gathered from Echo's deep mind and send it to Asimov. It's laying your terminal rings. Got what you sent me. Is this something you saw in the mind of the construct going by Echo? And some reports of findings from Tech and Common. I see. Would it be possible for you to get your hands on more of this data? Should all be sitting inside Utopia. Utopia. Corona's research base station by this secret force. Those cunning bastards. I'll try my best to keep Babylonia out of this, but you have to get your hands on the data at Utopia before Babylonia finds out what you've been up to. Shouldn't be a problem. I just processed the data you sent my way and forwarded to Nicola and Wells. We had no idea what that construct came from, so the data is meant for them to use as a bargaining chip if Corona ever finds out about this. Right. But Wells? Yep, as far as this goes, Wells has been treading very lightly. An insider told me that Wells once led an excellent squad they called the Silver Falcon. Except they got wiped out completely during a simple surface mission. And the mission location was Conservation Area 112. 112? And a reporter for Winter. Conservation area destroyed by hetero creatures. I bet Corona was behind that. We had nothing definite to back that up, but... By the way, I sent a data report to the control court a week ago. There are always certain things that shouldn't be talked about, even over an encrypted channel. I'll send her down to Earth to look into abnormal samples as soon as I have a chance. I know exactly who Asimov is referring to. Sounds great. It's so long since you last saw her. That's all I have for now. Let me know if anything else comes up. We might have a much better chance with Lucia coming back to us. That doesn't mean I'll be fine with you putting yourself on the line. You gonna keep looking for Lena with just Echo? Yeah. Hope can't reach us fast enough when needed. The three of us find ourselves in the same pitfall. I'll take Lucia to rendezvous with both of you as soon as she can take surface missions. Oh good, Lucia's good. Glad for that. Alright, that's gonna be the end of the stream today. Once again, making progress. I'm already halfway through it. But anyway, let me give a shout out to everyone who showed up to the stream today. A shout out to Caesar Alpha 234, Char 96, and Goni Soulplay for all showing up. Great chat with all of you. Also, a shout out to Caesar Alpha 234 for the follow. Also, Char 96 for having a chat with you and seeing how you're doing in the state of PGR. And always a pleasure to see you, Goni Soulplay. Like I said, I'm about to have dinner and then I'll watch the live stream on my own later on. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. I'll probably be doing one tomorrow. Don't know what it'll be, but you guys will see sooner or later. But if you guys aren't already following the channel, please make sure to follow. Much appreciated. Check my YouTube channel, post all the VODs, subscribe there as well. Join Discord, you guys know already. Thanks to all those around the channel. But this has been Xanthus Vice. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. See you guys next time. We're out.